have a sizable advantage in this game.
You wanna run us down this roster really quick? Just Dodo, Mutiris, Arky, and RMN?
RMN, yeah, and Mutiris could just be Mutt if you want. That's what it really is.
Mutt?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but you can do both if you want. Rez has gone down. Speaking of which, I mean, Mutiris or Mutt, he's been playing in global offensive for a very, very long time. So, just sort of a name that's been out there, been roaming around. It'd be fun to see if he could finally find a home that's gonna last. Actually, I'm surprised there's no more fighting after that initial engagement.
Yeah, after that initial kill. There was a little bit back and forth. Hampus is brought down very low, but he doesn't have armor. He's got utility, so for him, it's not a huge deal. It's actually fortunate that he's alive, but his health doesn't matter so much because he can sit back and toss the utility. And I mean, if his teammates go down, he was going to be losing anyways. He'll be in the back line. So here come the smokes. Here come the flashbangs right off the side of the building. Pop flash in. That blinds just at the back of the bomb site, hiding behind these pillars, and it doesn't even matter. What a slaughter. What a statement from Saw on the pistol round.
Yeah, they look so completely comfortable defending that bomb site. There was just no issues at all. Some of these positions that you see them holding here on the CT side, they're going to be so much more difficult to hold when NIP start to pick up Molotovs, because you can really grenade people out from behind those steel beams. But obviously in pistol rounds, that can be tricky.
We all know Molotovs destroy steel beams.
Yeah, apparently it's the universe we live in. P250 been picked up on Nork. Listen, Jason, you've opened the door to something terrifying.
I know. I know. I shouldn't have done it.
No, you definitely shouldn't. There's probably a producer in your ear somewhere screaming, for the love of God, don't go down that road. You know what he's like. Not
with Anders. Oh dear. Okay, look at this fancy little triple boost to peek. I'm assuming this could be awesome. Oh, he spotted it.
What's the opposite of awesome? I mean, it was cool, but I think he just, he let himself show too much. Ooh. Just jumping up and getting 3-4 kills, in fact. That was cool. Very cool, in fact. I still think the triple boost was nice.
Take it away for a second. Yeah, I do too.
Well, third round. We've got AKs being picked up on the NIP side, and I mean, this is where the real excitement begins. See how much they've prepped here for Vertigo and how comfortable they actually feel in it. Not the most exciting weaponry though on the Saw side, which is a bit of a shame.
Bit of a shame. So I believe I was connected to the 7-second Go TV, so that was a bit weird for me. Maybe not. I might just be going crazy. I might have just lost my mind. Either way, now we're good no matter what. Here we are, 2-0 for Saw. Pretty standard setup. The A defense is very aggressive on the ramp and peeking down. There's no presence there from NIP, so they're going to be calling out to their teammates to wash over towards B and mid.
Yeah, I actually really like it if you can play aggressive on the ramp, and it can be really costly to try and do it. Some amazing grenades landing on Nork. He's down to 20 health, so yeah, good start. And NIP, they seem pretty adamant about this B bomb side. They want to go for it.
Well, they're going to creep up slowly on the stairs, and Just is in that same position again. And this, there's nowhere to go from here. You either kill everything or you die, and he's going to go down. He finds one kill. Still a player deep back into the site. That's Arky just waiting. Hampus here to cut off rotations.
Yeah, he's trying to see if he can do it. I mean, if he can win this fight in the middle, that's going to force the people inside of the B-bomb site to at least be worried about getting shot in the back. But they're so slow, NIP. I mean, maybe this is measured, but you see now they started to fall back. They're worried about a flank from the lower part of the bomb site because they just haven't had eyes on it forever. Hampus going down to Mutt, and suddenly they're just in a really weird spot, NIP. This isn't going to be a surprise. Saw know what's coming, and they're a man up, and NIP are low on health. I don't think they're going to be able to win this round, actually. They're in so much trouble. Arky finding a really good angle, again, behind that steel beam, and Mutt is there for the crossfire, and it'll be RMN to pick up the last kill on Nork, so that's amazing.
I have two things. Obviously, this is the second time that position behind that steel beam really takes advantage of NIP. They haven't had the utility, as you mentioned, to clear it out. The Molotovs or the nades, so he's been able to kind of just sit there and chill. The other one is That, to me, is a red flag and screams of the leadership change from NIP that is causing them to be disorganized in the mid-round. Hampus should not be the first person to go down there in that 4-on-5. He is in middle all by himself. He is just there to prevent anyone from rotating, to get the kill as soon as they're not expecting as they jump up into the window. But the fact that he is the one initiating just means that NIP is having a real problem making a convincing call of when to actually attack as a unit.
Well, and even if you wanted him to somehow do it right, like where's the flashbang going over the wall to help him? Where's the distraction? Where's anything, any kind of noise in B just to maybe give him a 10% bigger chance that someone is going to be distracted? But that really was just, you go and do it. Oh, you failed? Well, then we're all stuck. Great.
Then we lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right there. Some nades being tossed over. A lot of damage dealt to NIP. Saw looking good here on Vertigo. And I have to imagine if NIP, I mean, we're a long way away, so this might be a bit early to have this kind of a talking point, but if NIP is to drop this map, I have to imagine the conversation on the desk is going to be the decision to actually challenge on this map, or as Maniac highlighted in the pre-show, what does it mean now that they've said we are willing to play Vertigo, but then lose it?
Yeah, that's a really good point, right? Because I agree, it would be cool if NIP could establish that they're someone you should fear on this map. But obviously, if you just end up proving the other side of it, maybe it actually becomes a pretty big problem. It kind of works both ways, I suppose. It is a little bit early to say. They have a lot of smokes on NIP, so I think they're probably going for a bomb plant here. They're hoping they can get them down, force Saul far enough back that they're going to be able to do something. RMN goes down, so a little bit of something working out. Rez finding his face, and the bomb plant now, 10 seconds, and trying to jump over. Stadero hoping that he can find him inside, but that's not going to happen, so bomb plant will be successful. I don't think they're able to do a lot more here. North actually looking for the headshot. Was pretty close, but Rez is low on health, even with the AK-47. It should not be any kind of an issue at all. They know where he is, and now the smoke is up as well, and they're just going to be playing with him. They have a lot of time to find him, basically.
Oh yeah, and he didn't have a whole lot of HP to take any kind of convincing fight. So 4-0 now for Saw. Looking good, at least at the start. Mutt with the triple kill, and he's leading the way. 7 frags for him. He hasn't died yet, so he's got a whole lot of cash. Just is at 6-2, and for NIP struggling to put numbers on the board in terms of frags. Even if the tactics are the right decisions, not any kind of production. They still have it. They only have 4 kills in 4 rounds.
Yeah, so time to step it up, and they have the AWP on Twist. We've seen Saw being aggressive over at the A ramp, so that all from Twist, if they go and fight there, that could be really interesting. I mean, Stadodo has one as well, but I would love to see that kind of an A ramp battle going on. Now, he's right there, Twist. He's ready. And this time they're not aggressive, so he's gonna be upset. What will happen if this team, the Saw team, ends up, playing against the Finnish player that's called Saw as well? How's that gonna work out? Thought about that?
Yeah, that'd be all sorts of issues. We have the whole Nico clash, Twists and Twist.
We have 3 Nicos.
And now Saw and Saw.
But one of them isn't
3 Nicos
playing so much. There's 2 different Danish Nicos,
oh, okay.
and then there's the real Nico.
Oh, that's right. There's a Nico with a K, a Nico with a C, and then there's actual Nico.
Actual Nico, yeah. Keep it going at this point, just why not? Official
Nico.
Official. Real competition for that real estate for some reason. 5th round, and RMN started to move forward. He is close in a kind of an all-in position right now, and he's got some backup behind him, but again, one flashbang could ruin him instead. Oh, he's going to push in behind the flash. What a great setup for Mutt, and RMN absolutely capitalizes on that. That is amazing, just as NIP were getting ready to actually fight at the bomb site, and now they are looking very deflated.
Oh, that's a near miss. He does get the leg shot. Knock, an important kill. Into a 3-on-3 as the bomb gets planted, but there's still a chance. Problem for Saw, they have no utility. They have no deep smokes to put up a wall to make anyone uncomfortable. No Molotovs, just the one flashbang on Mutt. That's the final nade. Actually, excuse me, one Molotov on Knock for NIP left.
Yeah, and that Molotov could be huge, given that there are no more smokes on the CT side. Oh no, that could actually be everything. Nok with the AWP as well, taking down Mutt. Aki coming in with a kill on Plopsky, but they're in so much trouble. I don't think they realized it yet. There's the Molotov landing, actually way further behind. That is not exactly ideal, but they may still have done it. Hampus will get a kill, and NIP will be victorious in the round. Finally picking up another one here, or the first one, I guess. That was, I don't know. he had every chance, I think, Stadodo with the AWP to get that kill, and then they win the round. But he legged him instead, and that's not quite the same.
That was a huge game changer for the round. And I mean, you could see NIP very fortunate as well. That Molotov wasn't going to do anything, so the fact that they're able to handle that post plan is good. Nice try from Saw. Still a 4-1 lead. Still plenty of money to spend, but this is it. This is their last buy. Arky's down to a FAMAS. All that money that Mud had, remember, that was his first death. It's all disappeared as he drops weapons over to a teammate. Early damage onto RMN. Again, a leg shot or a shot through the wall from Twist, but not going to complete the kill.
So the odds have changed. Was it 4-1 in the beginning, I think, or something like that? And now Saw have convinced a small legion of people apparently that something else is in the mix here. And I don't really blame them. I mean, I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing out of Saw so far. I think they probably should have won that last round, to be quite honest. So it's on NIP to show what this is all about. Why did they pick the map, and what are they doing? Hamper just fell down and took 21 damage for no reason. But they're back on the A ramp, Jason, and maybe they can just avoid getting flashed and killed this time before they go for the execute. That would be cool.
They have the perfect read. 4 players are going to be here. Yeah, even if they can avoid that, they can also be aggressive. Look for a pop flash from the defense, perhaps. RMN is close up along the crane. Twist is exposed out in the open. Here comes the flash. And I think it might be a little bit forward, but no, it's perfect. A team kill, but add one on top of it. They're all getting aggressive. Oh, this is going to collapse for Saw. The idea was there, but they did not get the kills they need. They're not able to swing wide enough to complete that aggression. Another bomb plant for NIP.
Oh man, it really felt like they just stuck down under that ramp, and somehow none of them got shot in the face. Mutt with a really nice kill there, but is it really going to make a difference here? 2 on 3, and jumping past into it, and they got to worry about the economy too now on the CT side. These rifles are what they have, and they're going to start to back on out. They don't want to stick around. That really looked to me like that was going to work. It was such an aggressive move coming out from Saw. I guess credit to NIP for not crumbling. I thought for sure they would have been folded on right there, but it worked out. Second round for them.
This is going to be the first real test for Saw, isn't it? To see if they can actually handle the fact that NIP's taken the momentum and the advantages away from the Saw defense.
Yes.
Things, obviously, when they're going good, when you're feeling good and you're stringing rounds together and you're 4 in a row, there's no problems. But when NIP responds, can Saw hold up or will they crumble? It's unfortunate that didn't work, because I really liked that aggressive play from Saw. I like that they rotated. They had 4 players at the A bomb site, and they just flashed it and pushed forward. If they don't get that team kill, remember, the team kill happens to the guy in front pushing for Saw. So if he's able to get 1 kill and swing wide, that aggressive stance is so much more effective.
Oh, dear. Well, speaking of aggressive stances, he just ran the whole way there and almost got caught in the middle of it. Hamper's taking a bit of damage. Stadodo going all the way down to res. And this is the other thing, right, that's worth thinking about. It could also just be that NIP were, not that they were slow to start, but maybe just not fully warmed up into the game. And some of their players are starting to come online now. Res obviously being one of the really scary ones. But I actually just think this is the cool thing about this NIP lineup. You know, apart from where they're going to fit up in the overall NIP legacy, it's just that they're so young. They could play for another 2 years and just continuously get better and better. So I actually think it's interesting just to see that part.
I agree with you, and I think maybe one of the most impressive things was I was very worried when Forrest left this team because he was playing so well at the time. I didn't know how they were going to actually recover the output that Forrest was putting out there. Ooh, Twist takes a big gamble. He actually saw that boost, but to continue the thought, they haven't really lost a step with Forrest leaving the team. They've been able to pick up the fragging department. They've been able to match his production, so that's one of the first early good signs for me of this NIP roster.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we even had a whole conversation about it, like how many Forests are you realistically going to get in Swedish Counter-Strike? And I mean, so far it kind of feels like we've had like 1, and there aren't that many around. So yeah, I mean, I don't even think it was alarmist for most people to consider. Like it's not to replace Forest just on any level, but they actually have. I agree, they have done a good job. So. See if it's going to continue in this match. Third round in a row now for NIP. That's, again, causing trouble for the economy. Although, Saw, to the credit, have saved those 2 M4s last round and this round as well. So that's worth keeping an eye on. And
They can actually drop those M4s now to teammates as well, so they can afford armor and utility. So yeah, those saved M4s 2 rounds in a row is going to help them have a pretty strong buy here. Everything you could possibly want except for an AWP. A couple kits missing on Stododo and Just.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you know, they've got them spread out wide enough, I guess. At least one of them is in B, so that's something. Don't want to be completely running out of kits on either bomb side. That could be trouble. Again, they're aggressive over at the ramp. Plopsky's taking a bit of damage from grenades early on here. But NIP just positioned to wait and see if they're going to be getting anything for free here from Saw early on. Which it doesn't feel like they will. They're only really Stododo is in a position to have an early fight.
And it's against an AWP, so he's got to be careful.
Yeah.
That's not a fight that you want to make a mistake in. Plopsky, utility, over towards the B bomb site. Mostly just a distraction. He's the only one there, going to show no presence. It did pull Arky over towards B. He's just now shifting in a bit deeper. It's pulled RMN to join up with Mutt over in mid, and now they've got to fall back. Stododo, there's that fight. He's going to back away. It might be too late. Indeed, it is. Nox got the entry. He's not going to slow down either. He's got the angle. Good shot from Mutt, but it's returned. No safety when he swings out wide, and RMN adds one more kill to it.
He almost could have had the double. He's looking for it. He knows he has to stand tall. He's the only one actually on the bomb side. Everyone else is behind those smokes. So a lot of it is going to be down to him just moving through, taking a kill, spinning 180 and taking down Hampus. What a defense being put up here from Saw. That actually looked like it was going to completely crumble. I think if RMN doesn't get those 2 kills, and I think most especially the first one, they don't even get close to winning that round.
Or it looked also, I mean, even the second engagement he got in, it looked like that was going to be a losing effort from him. So good on him to just fall back and take care of the AWPer through the smoke as well. Allow his teammate Just to get into position. Well done from Saw. 5-3. And the defense still standing tall. Still have 5 rifles across the board, including 3 salvaged AK-47s.
Wow, the payback for saving the M4s and, you know, sort of like keeping part of their economy going. It's not that their economy is really great right now, but they've got a real platform to build on here. If they can win another round right now, NIP will probably be in a slightly tougher spot, and then we'll see what happens. And again, the Swedes, though, are setting up in a very similar position, sort of watching over at the A ramp, starting to get some control there. But the bomb is quite far back, so I'm guessing this is just all a play for map control so far.
Oh, good duel from Plopsky. If he can actually establish that he's willing to take that fight, and if he can establish that he can be successful in that fight, that's going to be a huge benefit to NIP moving forward. We've seen that solo defender. We've seen Just there on his own a couple times as Saw shifts around the map, and look what it's done to this defense. It's pulled it apart in such a huge fashion. They know his location from the previous round. This time he gets nothing done, and it should be a 4th for NIP. And you have to imagine Saw is once again going to try and save the M4s.
Yeah, they should. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Obviously, from a viewership point of view, maybe it's way more exciting if they try and go for 2-on-4 retakes, but, you know, at the core of Counter-Strike, it just wouldn't make a lot of sense to try and do anything like that. So NIP, I think, now they're sort of establishing a pretty good track record of being able to actually win the fight over at that A bomb site. And, I mean, that's becoming a real problem, and it poses a bunch of problems for the CT side if that's the case, because where are you going to take the players from to try and have more on A? If you take them away from middle, I mean, again, if you lose the middle of Vertigo on the defensive side, you've just lost everything. I mean, you can't defend either bomb side. It becomes completely chaos. So where do you take them from?
Yeah, that's a very good question. That's such a cool win from Plopsky. I hope we see that throughout the half. I would like to see Plopsky. He's probably been, what? He was a young player, but he was the first kind of young rookie to join this NIP team.
Yeah.
And I think at this point now, he's had enough time. I'd like to see him start asserting himself in that fashion more and more. Not just on this map, but multiple maps. There's another opening kill for Plopsky.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's one of the M4s.
I agree. He's also one of those players, if you notice, this is something that I find to be very cool, right? Because he was under the spotlight early on, and sometimes that pressure when everyone's like, oh, Plopsky could be the next big thing, and that'll actually cause a player to kind of freak out a bit and have a much worse performance. But I think Plopsky survived that all really well, which again is just more to his credit, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, that's... Ooh, okay.
Good night.
Twist just taking the words right out of my mouth. Here we go. Twist gonna lead the way again after that gorgeous little one tap. Into the site we go, over the smoke, on top of the boxes, he finds another. Mutt is gonna start peeking out, but he's taking fire through the smoke, and it's time for him to slowly sneak away. Here's the thing with me with Plopsky. I think one of the ways in which he's kind of avoided that like high pressure and high scrutiny situation, he's one of those like rare rookies where I feel like he was picked up, and when I watch him play, I don't necessarily think he has like the skill set of one of like the crazy star players, but he seems like he's just going to be a very solid fundamental player who can emphasize like smart decision making, when to take your attacks, not the guy who's just going to run in and be able to find, 3 kills in some insane sequence.
Yeah.
But I think that's where his career can really flourish if he becomes a very smart fundamental player.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's almost impossible to find a way to credit someone for doing that without making it sound like you're saying, like you're sort of not complimenting
you're
someone.
Insulting their skills.
Yeah. I don't know, but I know what you are saying. It's just that, people always hear it differently, like, oh, he's not the superstar. It's like, yeah, but everyone, it doesn't make sense if everyone is trying to be the superstar, though. That's kind of the issue, so... yeah, I don't know. I do like watching Plopsky play a lot. 5-5, so it's all tied up. We've got some rifles back in the hands of Saw. NIP's economy is looking really good at the moment. And we're starting to understand why maybe they wanted to play Vertigo.
Yeah, I mean, if they can have a solid performance here and take this map away from NIP, the whole narrative of that map veto will switch, and it'll be all about NIP falling into a trap. Yeah, Sauce showing some very cool stuff. I'm excited for their T side as well. Aggressive stance, aggressive hold over towards the A ramp. Yeah, this is a beautiful push.
Oh, but Plopsky's doing work again.
3 straight rounds, Plopsky's had the opening kill.
Yeah, and he's operating on his own over on this side. He's not got anyone there to help him. It's just him doing the work. That's an outrageous resource to have. A nice swing from Stadodo taking down Nork. At least in a 3-on-3 now. Plopsky moving up and waiting, trying to find the kill against Arky, who is still somewhere over here. And you think Plopsky knows it. He's just checking it all out for the rest of his team to show up. A little bit of a shoulder showing there. Arky wants to go for the fight, but Plopsky with the headshot. He finally does go down, but that is again a big opening.
It's a nice Molotov to delay the plants, and he's got a cool angle as well. Return Molotov is going to force him into the open. No one from NIP there to punish him. Oh, as the bomb gets planted, he can push forward. Rez in support. Hampus is going to go down after the bomb is planted. A 1 versus 2 can do absolutely nothing, and Rez is pushed right off the edge of the map. Saw maintain their lead.
That was a close round. And again, given the fact that Plopsky is just continuously finding those openings over there, it feels like NIP need to win those rounds. Like, that's so much of a gift, having one player that can just do this reliably, consistently.
Yeah, it really is. Man, if I'm Saw at this point, I think what you have to establish, now that it's been 3 rounds in a row that Plopsky's had that success, you really need to make an adjustment. This isn't just about, if you're just watching this and you say, oh man, Just is just getting absolutely wrecked by Plopsky. That's the wrong way to look at it. At this point, as the team game, if you're Saw, if you're Just, what you need to do, either call over a second player or put an op there. If Plopsky's going to be challenging in that fashion, put him down. Like, you have to find a way to get a teammate over there and up there, change something up so that you can put a stop and make Plopsky second guess next time he wants to go back to that play.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that probably should be the way to deal with it. I think we're getting the server back up and running, by the way. But here's the other issue, though. Like, I imagine as a team, if you're Saw, you might be thinking, man, we actually don't really want to switch our entire defense just to try and deal with one person, Like, it's one thing if it's an entire execute that's working well, but it must be annoying. I mean, I think they may have to, but I can see the, the reluctance on their side, maybe. Kind of what face was that?
Yeah, it's kind of a tough call, I know, and it feels like it's just one player, but the issue isn't that it's just one person. The issue is the consequences of what it is, because Plopsky's not really killing just one person. He's also forcing, your rotator for a mid, your support player in mid, one of the guys who's supposed to swing between different parts of the map to alleviate pressure elsewhere. It's causing him to have to be committed to the B bomb site, and that weakens the defense everywhere. So if you're just thinking about it as, oh, he's just killing Just, that's a weird that's a weird sentence, but he's only killing this one guy. That's kind of like a a relatively simplistic way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it may be just one person, but the consequences are definitely serious enough that it warrants some kind of a change, some kind of adaptation coming out here from the CT side currently. That fan cam, by the way, those were all Saw fans tuning in all at the same time. That was incredible.
Really?
A lot
nice.
A lot of people in that frame. I don't know what the max is
Look at
for
this,
the technology, but we need thousands of fans, all of them, little pixels.
Yeah, we can find out. We'll just have everyone log in.
Look at it.
Mud with a nice hard carry. Yeah, this is great.
I love it. We've got green screen, significantness on the
no
NIP
pizza background.
side.
Oh, there's the pizza background. You gotta like that.
Yeah, well played.
Again, no tuna, so that's a beautiful thing.
No tuna. Do you want to know something interesting though?
I do.
The Sweden has somehow mistakenly think that they are the ones that have invented the kebab and salad pizza, and whereas in fact we know it's Denmark that came up with that idea. So that's just a little point. I know a lot of Swedes get confused about this, but we were first with. I'm pretty sure.
Is this like that stupid Danish thing where they believe that they have the best hot dogs in the world? Because if it is, I'm siding with Sweden.
Well, Jason, have you tried a Danish hot dog? It is. I think we came up with that too. If I'm being honest, we'll claim it. For ourselves. You guys can have a lot of other things. I'll give you this, Jason, for something for America. I actually think the rest of the world should be banned from making burgers at all. I think it should only be.
Yeah, you're right there. The European cheeseburger is
not an
subpar. Outside of a few hidden gems in each city, it's a very subpar experience.
I think you were trying to say something about the performance of Mutt there, and I was cutting you off, so I'm sorry about that. But it has been looking great.
No, it was important. We were talking about hot dogs and pizzas, so yeah. I understand. Yeah, I just think he's playing a great game. I was kind of surprised when you said that he'd been around for a while, because I hadn't really heard the name, didn't really know what to think and know what to expect. But this is a cool performance from him.
He was playing with Fox, and Fox had the same ending, like Fox Series, to his name at the time. So it's just an ending they love to put on their names for some reason. And there was another player there that I countered who had the same ending to that I just forgot, unfortunately. I'm sure I'll remember if I ever see him again. But yeah, there's been some players in the Portuguese scene like that have actually, been around for a long time. I mean, Armen, I think Roman is actually the kind of correct version, but he's also been around for a long time. Yeah, you want to slide down there?
All the way down that tube.
My favorite.
Yeah, looks fun as hell.
My favorite, not Portuguese, but Spanish player that we never see ever again. I think he disappeared in 2014. Is this guy called Aguilar? Used to play really well, really good Counter-Strike. I don't know where he went, don't know what happened, lost to some other thing, but he was pretty good as well. Someone should find him, get him to play again, bring him back.
Yeah, I just think about every time we talk about Portuguese Counter-Strike, I think about the event we did in the Lisbon Blast event. That was awesome.
Something.
I love Lisbon. Yeah, that was special.
That was like a whole revelation. Yeah, I was sure. I didn't know what to expect, but it certainly way surpassed all expectations.
I didn't either. Lisbon was so much fun though. That's a very, very cool city to get to go to. I'm hearing gun sounds. I'm hearing Counter-Strike sounds in the background, Andrew. So I think the server's back up, or the GoTV is back up, and we'll probably be getting underway very, very shortly.
Yeah, Counter-Strike sounds. You can just identify them. Like if someone woke you up at 3 a.m., you'd know immediately what that was. Like, oh, I know, I recognize it. Burned into everyone's mind, isn't it? Ooh.
You're probably dreaming about Counter-Strike. It's just an extension of the dream.
Yeah. You're not far off, Jason. Close to the mark. Just going down, North also going down. A bit of a trade in the beginning of this round. So 4-on-4. And let's see if they can turn this Saw. I think that they are on the edge all the time of having a very rough first half. I think if their economy goes down one more time, I think NIP will celebrate a pretty good first half.
Rez looking for a peek. And Stododo might oblige him. Oh, that's some nasty pre-fire, but it sounded worse than it was. Either way, this is a great bait. RMN is so very close up. Stododo just cannot go down. I don't know if NIP's going to expect this. Certainly Twist won't. He does react in time, but there's no more swinging for RMN after that. A little bit of utility for this defense at the A bomb site, but all three players are going to be here. I don't even know if there's time for NIP to turn back because they'd have to walk the whole way. The sound cues would be given up.
Yeah, that's kind of an issue, isn't it, on this map, right? If you start to run back, you're gonna be giving the game away. So might as well just keep sneaking. There is a chance that Stododo will just take a swing and finish the round right here. Oh, he almost switches too quickly. He does get a 1 kill and a lot of damage onto Hampers, but that was simply a fight selection issue. He could have maybe gone down with no kills there instead. Mutt getting dropped next, and that leaves Arky in a 1 versus 2 with the bomb already down, more smokes going up. How does he even break through here? Maybe he just smokes the bomb and tries to see if he could find a way to force them into any kind of a fight. Yeah, he's going to try and do just that. Can he get it? 4 seconds, 3 seconds, no one hitting him. He's inside defusing. Oh no, what a steal! Saw coming out with a victory.
Oh man, Plopsky didn't wrap all the way around. He stayed in that little hallway, and there was no angle there with the plant boxes, with the site boxes. That is a nice commitment in NIP. That one hurts. They had the bomb site. They took it very well in a 2-on-3. They find their way in. Good trade from Plopsky there. This was a nice kill on top of the boxes. Mutt didn't expect it. And just at the end, it slips away. 7-5 for Saw.
You would think with, you know, with AKs, actually Mutt at it again. Just forget what I'm saying here. Taking down Hampus, and Saw started to come alive. Maybe it's the power of all of those fan cams all at the same time. They're feeling it through the internet, Jason. You think that's possible?
Yeah, transmitting their energy.
Something.
Everyone's meditating at the same time. Positive vibes to Saw.
Well, there's got to be an explanation. That might as well be it. Molotov to force Plopsky a little bit away. They're really trying to make sure they don't just give up more kills to Plopsky over here. It's become an annoyance at this point in time, I'm sure.
He had a chance there. There's relative safety down here as well for Plopsky. He could engage in some spam through that board. He hasn't spotted just yet. It's a nice relocation for him. But again, it feels like a very one-and-done spot because of how thin that board actually is. Smoke might delay him a little bit longer. Plopsky peeks up. Doesn't see much. There's a Molotov use. This is starting to pull Mutt over from the A bomb site. His eyes are on mid at the moment. It's Knock that he's going to go down to, and that exposes the bomb site for the flank. So one player has to fall back, and it leaves Just all alone.
Yes, it does. And again, he's so all in on this. Nork in the middle, taking him down, and Justice also burned alive from the Molotov. Stododo comes in with a kill, and that makes it a 1 versus 2. So he's got a very slim chance of doing this. The bomb is being planted now. Stododo swinging for the fight, but I don't know. It looked like he almost stepped on something there that just sort of moved his crosshair.
Stepped up.
Yeah, just some sort of displacement.
Really messed with his brain.
Yeah, messed with my brain a little bit too. 6-7, and NIP winning a good round there. Yeah, but that position, I am feeling pretty lukewarm about at the moment.
Yeah, well, I don't mind it so much, but if you're just gonna sit there for the whole round, I think that's when it gets dangerous, right? Like, that feels like a staging area to have some kind of a pop flash from your teammate to peek and get in a fight, or peek and get information, and then you either win and fall back, or you kind of die, obviously, but I think just in general, that portion of the defense for Saw was too static for too long.
Justice moved quite far out. If he keeps going, Plopsky's going to be there, as you could tell, to find him, but I don't know, it's not a bad idea, and they throw the smoke from inside of the bomb site, which Plopsky is definitely seeing and registering, so the question is he still going to check, and is he going to be aware that Just could still be all the way down here? They really don't have a lot to fight with here, so mostly pistols and a FAMAS.
Twist gonna push up. RMN is just shoulder peeking over and over with the CZ. Molotov gonna force him away. Nice work so far from NIP, but Twist takes a lot of damage in that Molotov, down to 52 HP. That's not by design whatsoever. And he might be an easy kill for RMN, but no, right through the corner of the beam.
This is, yeah, it's an easy cleanup once the dominoes start to fall here. It's just going to continue all the way into the site, and they'll hunt down Stododo, leaving Arky with just a deagle. Maybe he could give us some cool 1D, because that's not even going to happen. It looks like it was dead on, but it wasn't somehow. Nork will take him down instead. And it's 7-7. It's all tied up with... Again, remember, Saw won the pistol round and the following 3 rounds. That's how they got 4 of the 7 rounds that they have. And that's not to try and take anything away from them, but... You know, in the back of your mind, maybe you could be thinking this could be a very powerful first half for NIP if just a couple of things had worked out differently.
Well, once you get to the gun rounds, it's certainly, once NIP starts getting some money in their bank, it's pretty much all them. They've done a great job outside of a few blips from Saw. Final round to determine who's going to take the lead into the second half, and NIP have an overwhelming advantage. 5 AK-47s against 3 Deagles, a Scout, and a CZ on Mutt. And not a whole lot of utility to speak of. No kits for the Saw side of things, so they have to hold on to these bomb sites. Any plant that goes down is so brutal, is going to drastically decrease their chance of winning.
Hampus traded immediately from Muterus to down res. That's a Scout headshot. So those are the kind of freaky kills you need, I think, to bring a round like this back into your favor. I'm sure they would love to go up on a, or go out on a high note here and just, you know, find a way to find that 8th round. Just give them a bit of confidence. That's a nice tag once again, but yeah, he might have even seen it with that jump. That twist was close.
I mean, he's done enough damage as well. There's no real reason to stick around. He's so low now. 18 HP. Plopsky low at 13 as well. Mutt with his 5 health is going to start the flank early. So this defense, this hold at the A bomb site, it does not need to be committed. They can wait for Mutt to come in from behind.
Yeah, he's going to start to move up. He wants to be there in time. He's actually running quite a bit of the way here. Almost catching it. There it is, taking down Twist, and he was about to throw a grenade, so that's pretty much perfect timing. 28 seconds, and a chance here for Saw to maybe pick up another round, but suddenly NIP start to answer back. Plopsky and Nork coming back, and now just running through the smoke with the Deagle. They line up. Oh, he only gets the 1! Great return from Nork. A nice double kill, and an 8-7 finish in favor of NIP. They end up with the majority of the rounds. That was a nice and very tense round at the end there. We'll go to a break, and then we'll be right back with the second half.
Hi everyone, my name is Christopher Gertrude Allison. I'm from Dig. I'm together with Device from Astralis, Akron from Mad Lions, and with Krims from Fnatic, and doing some sort of a cool showdown between us 4. And we're gonna shoot out here and just doing our own thing and just hit it. Come and get me. Everyone.
No! You missed him.
Vi er klar, så laver du.
No! Yes! Oh, I got a headshot. What the fuck?
Why am I even seeing Krims on my side? No.
It's in Windows. Oh, no. He's dead. Oh! Another one.
Oh, thank you.
Fuck.
Window.
No!
With a very even first half now behind us, they're 8-7 in favor of NIP. Second half is going to be coming up. Showdown on the T side, NIP on the CT side. Are you feeling? We all picking Nip, I think, Jason. How do you feel about that right now?
Yes. I'm fine with it. I think this second half should be much better for them. Obviously, Saw put up a surprisingly strong defense, I think, for the Ninjas. But now that we're here, I think this is where we'll see a tough time. I'm wondering if Saw is going to have the capabilities to find entry kills, to find openings into the bomb site, and able to clutch out post plants. NIP should be much better versed in those scenarios. Mutt is handling this aggression nicely for the moment, but eventually it comes to an end.
Yeah, that was actually pretty impressive. He didn't even reload. He just wanted them to think that he was and keep pushing. Nice shot from Nork. That is going to put Just on the ground and the bomb with him as well. Now, more people are showing up for NIP. Rez is going down, but still, this bomb plant, how did they actually get it done? Iron Man coming with a big kill, taking out Plowski. That is huge. Gives them a chance here. A 2-on-2 for the after plant, and they're going to start to fall away. They have a P250 and a Glock.
Oh, they have a smoke, though, and they're going to tap the bomb. He's actually going to stick on it. Twist is going for it. No one's finding him out of ammunition. It's a kid as well. Orman comes in with the knife, but it's just too late. NIP do it right back. They take the pistol, 9-7.
He was in there with the knife the whole time, wasn't he? Just couldn't find anyone. Yeah, that's such a simple tool, isn't it? Smoke and a defuse kit, but in pistol rounds, it can really work well. You know, I appreciate this. You know, the blast shot, they've made like a little sun hat for your head, Jason. Now that it's all summer.
Have they?
Yeah.
Nice. That'll be great.
Yeah.
I could use one of those.
Sure, we can find a way to ship one out to you.
Listen, you're gonna experience what it's like to be a bald man in the summer sun.
I know.
It's only a matter of time.
I should take the step. I realize.
Listen, you need to make the decision right now. Are you gonna shave the head or are you getting plugs? It's either one's fine. We just, you don't have a whole long to really deliberate on this.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's getting to that point. Maybe I could, if I get plugs, can I get like completely different? Or can I get really long hair? Can I go for like one of those like heavy metal type looks?
You could turn yourself into a ginger. Listen, if you want to go that route, I'll pay for it.
Aren't those? I feel like they're becoming more rare now, aren't they? Like there aren't as many as there used to be, or something. There's some sort of thing going on there. So maybe I could. Maybe I would like to stand up like that. It'd be great.
Carry on the line. Carry on the tradition.
Exactly.
Knock with a double kill. Rez clotheslines Arky. And yeah, this is an aggressive buy, a second round buy due to the plant in the first round. It's not accomplishing much quite yet, and that should be the end. It's just in a 1 versus 3. He's got some utility, but Mutt pushed forward with the bomb, so that pretty much makes this an impossible clutch.
Yes, it did. That was that's always nice when you can start off the defense with a double spray like that. It really, really slows everything else down, so just a good lineup here for Nork. They weren't quite ready. There's 3 people nearly standing on top of each other. And he was up on the rebar there, having a bit of an angle. 10-7, and we've got the Eagles. Got a single flashbang for Just.
Yeah, I don't know what that's designed for. I don't know where that's going to go, but I can't imagine it does anything very useful. Certainly not enough to swing the round. Everyone's just waiting behind this smoke. That deep smoke from NIP is really slow down the plans of Saw. Deep Molotov as well behind that smoke just as it fades. So if there was someone in that corner, they would have been forced into the open. Ooh, this is dangerous. Knock is pushing forward, got an immediate headshot. Rez is brought down to about half HP, but he has to stick around to help his teammate. He's got to be here for support. He's got to keep Saw honest. There's the pop flash. Oh, and I take it back. I was wrong. It was useful as hell. 2 kills off that flashbang, but really it doesn't feel like there's access forward.
No, I mean, they've taken a lot of damage already. Yeah, and the guy that got killed first was actually just with the flashbang, so kind of good that someone picked it up and they managed to do some work behind it. All the kills matter in the end here, especially if you're fighting from behind like Saw are, and especially if you get a bomb plant on top. That would be massive. Plopsky is kind of nearby, and he wants to try and see if he can stop it, and he might be successful in doing just that. Nice headshot from Arky, and now it is going to be a bomb plant. What a round here from Saw. This is actually pretty amazing. I don't think he can fight his way out. That's just, there's no coverage behind there once you get stuck, but that's amazing.
That's a very cool round. I can't believe they're able to find that bomb plant. Really well done. They just keep surprising, even in a loss there. Still, NIP getting out to a decent lead, 4 rounds ahead, 11-7, and Saw yet to put a T-round on the board. We're gonna get the AKs out here. But they need to do more than show some cool things, right? They need to do more than just show some really cool opportunities, some nice shots, some nice entry frags. They need to close some of these rounds out. They need to do it quick as well. This half can disappear quickly out of their favor.
Yeah, it can. They laid the groundwork in that last round by getting the bomb plant and getting the 3 kills. So that's the positive thing right now for the T side. But, you know, it's called the groundwork for a reason. You have to try to do more than that. And I think this is the big opportunity right now. NIP had to spend a fair bit of money rebuying into this round, and you can tell 4,000 is the most they have on Hampus, then it goes down to 2,600 on Nork, and then it gets way worse from there. So they have them in a good position in that sense. Plopsky on B, he's playing, you know, the opposite side, and he's going to win the fight against Arky in spite of a creative boost to get him up there.
I was wondering how Plopsky was going to do. Remember, he was attacking that part of the map in the entire first half, so I was curious how he would handle these one-on-one duels, these fights, if they were presented to him, and at least for the first one, he's come out on top. 2 players at A, 2 players at B for Saw, not committed anywhere. Mud is actually in mid, just peeking, just forcing people back. Good shot onto Rez. So the defense starts to get thinned out. They still need to pick up the bomb, and it looks like they're going to commit to the A bomb site.
They have 3 smokes, so they should be able to get the bomb down, I think. It's going to be hard with Nork and just the AWP there. And presumably Hampus is also going to be pushed back from the smoke. So question is, what do they do afterwards? There is a Molotov on Nork, in fact. So if he saves that for afterwards, he could have a pretty good retake himself. 25 seconds, and it's starting to get even closer now. The bomb coming in from the left-hand side there. Trying to see if they can get it down. 18 seconds, and look at Plopsky pushing through. That stops the bomb plant. What a big double kill. And that's going to leave just alone. He's going to go down right afterwards. The swing coming in from the backside there on Twist. That was a heroic performance from Plopsky.
Yeah, and those are the scenarios where I think NIP is going to be head and shoulders above Saw. As that bomb is getting planted, you could see Saw was not ready to protect against that kind of a play. It was perfectly done from Plopsky, flashed in by Hampus as well. Good communication, and NIP is off and running. 12-7, although another buy coming in for Saw.
Absolute madness. That really was their big opportunity there. And NIP not only win the round, but actually even get to build a bit of money behind it. Looked like it could have been so much worse. So able to buy in the round, and they're just maneuvering across the map, being less aggressive over at the A ramp for now. Twist, though, will take down Mutt in the beginning. What do they do from here on out?
I mean, this seems to be their default, right? 1 player in mid, 2 at A, 2 at B. These 2 players at B are trying to find ways to force Plopsky into the open to find that fight, and it's just not happening at the moment, although Arky has closed the gap. He's gotten up to a position I don't think Plopsky will be ready for, especially if Twist backs off. I think Plopsky could be caught off guard here. So for the moment, just peeking into the girder, keeping his face firmly tucked in away from flashbangs. Oh. And Twist has all the attention.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and flash him in, though. Twist running quite far away, so he's not going to get flashed immediately, but you can tell they're thinking about it. Plopsky, though, is playing a position I don't even think can be flashed. He's just looking straight into the beams out there. waiting for it. There's the push out. Plopsky's hearing it, and they don't even check it. That's where you need the Molotov. That's where you need something else. And Arky goes down. Plopsky still staying hidden. Twist back into the action with a big double kill. And what a beautiful defense. He even sees the gun barrel there. Double kill for both the B defense. Was actually triple for Twist there. And now NIP looking real good.
Yeah, Plopsky's having such a very good game. 18 and 12, he was doing a very good job on the T side, anchoring this B bomb site as well. He's performed admirably. He had the double kill through the smoke during the plan of the previous round. He's putting together a nice performance. 13-7, and this is kind of what I was afraid of when we switched sides to Saw being on the attack. They're really struggling to find entries, find kills that give them something.
Mutt going down at the beginning. That was Hampus pushing into the middle. They had 2 people pushing that, and once they get the kill, you could see what it does. They say, all right, we can have 3 people back at A defending, which feels so confident in doing this, and Twist could just keep an eye on middle, but he doesn't even have to fight at all. More grenades, and a shot through from Hampus. What a crushing round this has started off for a Saw.
Yep, all that's left is the mop-up. Knock misses 1 shot, a 2nd shot, but all of his teammates are here. They're finally. 3rd one's the charm. Twist is going to get the final, 14-7. And Saw just seemingly running out of gas here on this T side. Nothing, no success to really speak of.
Oh, there's the whole face buried in the hand. That's the international sign of things aren't going so well.
It's the it's like how every language says nice, except it's a negative reaction. It's the universal negative reaction.
Yeah, we've got that going on. 14-7. Pistols in the hands of Saw. A couple of grenades just in case. You might need them at some point, but doubtful they can get a lot of return on these. And NIP cruising to the finish line at the moment. Got a fair bit of money. They got everything. Right now, Twist actually top frag. Oh, actually, so that's Plopsky top fragging at 18 kills. Then Twist, then Nork. But the whole team is functioning really well.
I don't know really what Saw does here to try and get back into this. I think it'd be interesting. We haven't really seen them attack middle with any kind of real force when rifles are out. This is maybe the first time, but they just have deagles. No real utility. It'd be interesting to see an AK-47 actually try and engage in that part of the map, although NIP has been getting aggressive there and picking a player off for a couple rounds. Nice find from Mutt, but a long way to go to get to a bomb site still.
Yeah, really long way to go. and for now, they're just waiting. They're really hoping for one of those mistakes. Mutt in a slightly unlikely corner, but we'll see if he's going to get tested. No, he won't, and he's going to get a kill. Just Rez walking right into it. Wasn't expecting it at all. Now they can crush the A-bomb site from the other side, and Nork is aware. He misses the chance, though, but he definitely knew. 20 seconds, repeat, and now's the time. He gets the kill and almost gets shut down himself, but he'll clean it up. Dropping just on top of the bomb site, 15-7.
It's got to be frustrating for Just.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Rez wasn't a bit more cautious on that rotation. Mutt had found a kill earlier. They knew his location, they knew his position.
Do you think he watches that that strange video from Shia LaBeouf where he goes, "Just do it"? That kind of, do you think as motivation for getting into the game?
I think everyone does. I have that play as soon as I turn on my bathroom lights in the morning.
Well, says a lot about your life, doesn't it, Jason?
Listen, I don't care what you say. I have a great life.
I know, I do. I do envy you. You've got it set up nicely. I think you're one of the few people I knew now that's really figured it out. You should write a book or something.
You should try it, Anders. You should get your little projector screen up in the bathroom, right on the bathroom wall, maybe in front of where the toilet is.
Okay.
Yeah. You've got that mobile projector. Get it going.
I could definitely do that. Ooh, Roman going down 5 versus 3 at the moment. And yeah, they're getting into a fair bit of trouble here. got one chance, and it's not much of a chance here to try and turn it around. They need 8 in a row to share the points. There's no overtime in the format, but that's not looking likely. Just tagged down to 4 health and walking right into the second shot. Twist will pick it up, and now it's Aki 1 versus 4. NIP showing exactly why they picked this map. Well done on the Swedish side. Bobski being such a tremendous burden for Saw over at that B-bomb side, both defensively and offensively. What a cool game.
Yeah, very good performance from NIP. I'm excited to hear the desk talk about it. I'm excited the big points for main was that NIP play Vertigo. They have a nice victory here. Good for them. It's against Saw, a little bit of a lesser competition, but still, NIP showing that they're willing to play Vertigo is a factor in and of itself. Either way, we're going to feedback. We're going to get that recap from the desk right when we come back from the break. So tuned.
But you got to draw a line somewhere, I guess.
Only good for that 1 week.
NBK is going to be in for a bit of a tight time here. Whoa. Nicely done. Point blank finds one, gets a second, a third, looking for it, and he gets the fourth as well. French CS.
So they'll have to wait that one out. Clearly G2 looking to just split this B site at the 30-second mark, but a D from JKS.
Corner. And Kenny's going to just have to hit some heads. He thanks for them, and it's just the first. He's able to fall back. He's got to put his weapon back together. And he will. It's a good time flashbang, but he knows the magazine's low. Now he's got the knife out. It's a stab onto Issa. Oh my God. And the headshot onto Volda. Hunter's going to help him out from pit, so Alexi B is all alone in a 1 versus 5. Nobody gets out from porch. Nobody gets footing close to that site. And it all goes around Kenny S.
Wow. Alexi, the 1-on-3, you'd think he's got no chance. 1 player back default, 1 in the pit. It's one of the most dangerous crossfires, even when you have 5 alive. Saw they struggled in that situation. Headshot through the wall. Alexi's out of the round. What a round from Kenny S, though.
He's getting back around ramp. He needs clean kills, and he takes down Kenny. Follows up onto Hunter. Wow. 3 frags from him.
Let's see if they can get out mid. Again, smoke spam. Great timing coming out of the CTs. OG throwing Alexi B forward, only able to grab another kill, but he's done such a great job. Oh, what? Nexa robs it back. 3 kills, but here comes Volda on the flank, hot on the heels of the mid play. 2v2, and he dodges the op. Kenny sprints into the B side.
Yeah?
Yeah, wants to get some exits here.
Ruin the ratio. Oh my God.
He's gonna get them both.
Oh, Kenny's gonna die to the bomb. So he's got to come out with a wicked Kenny peek, and it's just gonna feed Volda.
I mean, we say Mantu shouldn't get all 3, but Mantu also had 100 HP, and the door's open. Aminek's gonna rush it.
Whoa, his teammate
it's not
there.
planted.
Oh, he
3
can't even
seconds.
cover that. There's no way.
Aminek robs the round.
Close the door.
Has to form a miracle to be able to win that.
Oh,
Once
but
again, running into the blender versus Fur, Hunter, top of the hut.
Finally.
Oh, good trade comes out, but Nexa looks to pick up the pieces. 2 up versus 1. Alexi only Mac 10 in hand. Better guns all over the place if he can find them. Don't know how close, though. And
quite...
Kenny is now moving in for the kill. Interesting, though, to make it a 1v1. He drops off, and Alexi, he loves to take this fight. We saw how patient he was. In this moment, Jax pops up behind him.
Given the chance to. Just slightly.
You know, Kenny, he might try to end this round early. Yeah, he's going up through the window.
He just has to hide.
Bomb's not planted just yet. Liaz just wants to stay alive, and Kenny will commit. Bomb goes down in time. He's got the op.
All he needs, that one shot. Kenny, he goes high.
Up top.
So we're back from the break and from our second map. We finally got to see some Vertigo here at Blast Premiere. And well, the ninjas in pajamas have definitely shown up. Turns out that they are dominant when it comes to rooftops. You just don't go after ninjas. Daylight, so, you know, in the night, you just don't do it. Not on rooftops, man. Avoid them at all costs. So, guys, what did you guys take away from that map? Because, I mean, already we were going into it. It was looking like Nipper shaping up nicely. They beat Astralis yesterday. And so, Thorin, start us off. How did you make Nip's performance out?
Well, as you say, Samley, in keeping with the thematic Ninja theme, amazing on rooftops, know how to utilise a smoke bomb to escape, follow the order of their Shogun to a T. So yeah, NIP looked like exactly, this is what Threat presumably told them was the reason they were going to pick this map. This was a show of force. They showed the world, like, look, we can do whatever we want on this map. Like, the T side looked really crisp. And by the way, against a team that clearly knows how to play the map, this is a team that wanted to play this map. I even think Saw, for all that they had no chance of really winning this game, they really ground out a lot of rounds, admittedly on the dominant side. So I think for NiP, I mean, what is there to really complain about? The game only started that way on the scoreboard because they had to start on the T side. They weren't just going to win 12 T rounds, were they? So I think within all the context you add into the game, both teams performed well. The difference is NiP is a higher caliber team. There's a reason why they've been flexing into this map early on, even when they had the brand new lineup and Threat. And this is actually, go to Maniac's point in the pregame, this is going to pay dividends in a potential best of 3 series later in the tournament. Mark my words.
And this is actually going to be highlighted as well, because I believe, Maniac, you actually have a clip that can build on this as well, some of the play that we saw here on Vertigo.
Yeah, I wanted to echo Duncan's sentiment that Seoul definitely knew how to play Vertigo, right? They came into the game with an idea, they came in with the right mindset, and as we can see here, the beginning was actually quite good for them. 4-1 start on the CT side, and they were trying to be very proactive. Here we can see the flash coming in, they go for the duels, they get 2 opening kills on the A-ramp, but then they get traded, and the problem is, from that standpoint, NIP will actually take the bomb site, they'll win the round. The round that will come after that will be the exact same copy-paste. They will try to be aggressive on the A-bomb side. It's not going to work, and NIP will win. And the problem after that is that it pushed Seoul into a very defensive position. So I think that these few rounds where they try to be aggressive and didn't work out for them, it kind of backed them in a corner where, they just didn't have the cards to fight against NIP.
And to battle their way out. Once that momentum is gone, once that pressure is getting put on, it's so hard to fight back, especially when you're the underdog and it's looking like NiP are just doing fantastically well. I mean, was there any player in particular? I mean, I want to keep harping a bit on NiP because it seems like they're setting themselves up to be a team to take down here in the group. So, I mean, was there any particular player who stood out for you in NiP today who looked good?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about NiP, once more, you have a distribution of frags that is quite even and is a very healthy sign, right? It isn't like one player actually completely dominated the whole match. I think everyone had their moments, and it's mostly about team moves, right? How did they avoid this weird A retake situation when they were City? Well, they flashed through the smoke, and we could see Hampus, we could see Twist going through the smoke and getting the bomb plant. They had the beautiful setup bait and switch on the B bomb side. This time it was Twist and Plopsky playing with each other. So I think that every individual is actually doing exactly what he needs to, and just the game plan is working.
And Thorin, please, if you want to add on that, was there anybody who stood out for you? Because I believe we have an interview to get to with Rez as well after this.
I think just generally, this is almost the perfect game from NIP in the context that, listen, you're never going to give like your 100% 10 out of 10 level game in theory, one of the more meaningless games. You're already thinking ahead to some of the big teams you're going to play. But what I would say is listen, normally people like to make that distinction like, oh, don't count these guys out. At the top level, there's only that much. Like that much, if that is all there is, becomes this much because it becomes the entire spectrum. So what you saw here was, I agree actually, Saw played the map well. They actually looked like they had their setups, but they were never going to win this T side because they were running into a brick wall of young Swedish aimers. Like, these guys might look silly if they play the old Astralis lineup, if they play a FaZe clan. You might think then, these players aren't that good. Everyone's overrating this Plopsky guy. He'll tear these players' heads off. Like, he is just on another level skill-wise. So when you have the tactical base, it's a map you love, you can turn these guys loose, and they don't even have to have like 20, 25 frags each. To everyone look like they've contributed and done pretty well.
Well, let's quickly, before we start talking about the next match, let's actually hear what Rez had to say about this match here on Vertigo.
2 games, 2 wins for you guys early on here, Rez, and this time you went up against Saw, pretty much an underdog team in this. Did you guys know much about them?
Not really. I haven't checked any of their games, so I went in like open-minded against them. Obviously, we weren't like underestimate them or anything like that. We was prepared for everything they did.
Now, they gave you quite a tough time on the first half, at least. Were you surprised with what they showed at that point? Did it kind of make you guys think, oh, okay, glad we're not underestimating them?
Yeah, like they played really well on CT. I think they caught us off guard a lot of times, and yeah, they did really aggressive pushes when we weren't ready and stuff like that. So I think in that part they did really well. So yeah, I think they're a really good CT team, but as well as I think CT half is our strongest half in the whole map, I think, on Vertigo. So we were really comfortable going into that second half there. So obviously we managed to do it unbeatable.
So NIP continue to look solid, but now we get to talk about another Scandinavian team here. Virtus.pro we already saw compete today versus Fnatic, the Swedes. Now they're going up against the Danes. And so Mad Lions, I mean, are they going to devour Virtus.pro? It's a lion versus a bear here. Who wins that fight? I don't know. It sounds epic. It sounds like it should be on YouTube or something.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a great game. And there is something that Duncan said today in the pre-show that I really, really liked. When you're Mad Lions, the way to the pantheon of Counter-Strike, the way to the top Counter-Strike is a long way. Doing really well at Flashpoint on its own is not enough. This is not enough. You will have to prove it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. You'll have to play against people who expect tactically what you're going to do. You will have to handle the pressure of being the favorite, of having people's expectations being a little bit higher. And we are on this way, and this is very exciting. It's just like ENCE, before they made the gigantic mistake that everyone knows they did, when they were on the way to become one of the top teams, you know, all these little steps that they're taking is so fascinating. And I think Mad Lions, they might be on that road.
Oh, man, okay. Yeah, Thorin. Sorry, I got distracted. They're building this tunnel under my house, and the TNT is going off, and it just sounds like a drum roll under the house right now. I guess they're catching up for all the Corona shutdown because they've just been doing it nonstop. All right, slightly distracting. Now, back into this. Thorin, going into this match, my dude, what are you thinking about VP and their odds here against the Danes?
Well, the interesting detail for me is that actually this is a rare example of where people like Moses, who, listen, I won't go too far, but he was earlier on saying Fnatic could have played Dust 2, a map that's like their worst win rate overall against a team that actually loves to play that map. So that would never happen. Hence why we need these segments where the analysts, the real experts, let you guys know, and then you casters sort of vaguely remember what we say later, and then apply it to your own comms. So in similar fashion, this is an example where if you know the map pools of the teams, it could actually be an interesting game, because interestingly, all of VP's strengths lie exactly where the teams from the Mad Lions will actually potentially let them go. Now, I've already heard from the guys in the truck, which is why I didn't say it here, that we're going to end up on a weird one. So I'm guessing it's going to be Overpass here. And basically, Mad Lions has chosen to go into Overpass, a map they do not play, have 0 games on in the last 3 months, for this reason alone, because Virtus.pro has played it 11 times and has won 27%. So forget what you saw in the last game, where what happened there was Nip said, we'll play you on one of your best maps, but just to show how good we are. Mad Lions is saying, we'll play you on a map what we ban, but because it's a terrible map for you, to show you how bad you are. So that's what I want to see about this game. This is right up my alley.
This is some straight flex right now coming in from Mad Lions. You think that this is the level where they're just going to lay them out so hard? Maniac, do you agree with this opinion? Do you think this is Mad Lions just making a statement?
Listen, I would really love it if it's just a statement. Like if it's just a ballsy move and they have no idea. I do suspect they actually have prepared Overpass. And then coming to this event with a map that they've practiced on, and it's a run test for them. But I do agree with Duncan. They're probably just feeling like they're better than VP and they can take that risk. Remember, a veto is always like a decision process where how much risk do I want to take? Do I feel like I have the upper hand? Sure, then I can take some risk. I can go into Overpass. I can show the world that I can play this map even if the stats don't say. But I do believe that Mad Lions, they're ready. They don't strike me as a team who just YOLO and then we'll see what's going to happen.
Okay, well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for your analysis going into this match. Now it's going to see, is it going to be for Mad Lions to take it on Overpass, a map that they have not played in the last 3 months? We're taking a break, and we'll find out after that.
All the while, we have a player walking up, and now he takes that kill. The question is, can he land another? Flamey, there he is, straight in front of the crosshair on the edge of the smoke, and he's gonna work closer. No kick, the spam is his! He's gonna walk right through this, and it's gonna be an easy 2-piece, because he knows the scope is there. How about another?
He's got an ace, man. That's an easy kill right there. Vitality are starting to clear things out, so if timing is correct, yeah, they have an opportunity. Alex, he'll end up dying. Perfecto gets the first kill of the round.
Yep, too many players to handle. They all come at him at the very same moment. RPK meant to be slain, but he connects 3! USP taps, and Zywoo only gonna get one more. Still, Perfecto in a 1 versus 3 clutch. Yes. They're gonna start sprinting, and if he doesn't pull that trigger, oh, he's got all 3! He sprays down the back 2 of the caboose and can't finish it, but my goodness, has he primed his team. But Flamey is his kryptonite again.
He takes 3! He can't just do that!
Magus gets blind, and there's a chance. Zipnik falls in mid, but a double. 3 kills for Dupree, and a 4th on top. 5-0.
Goes to middle. They know they are on catwalk. They're going to take the fight right away, and Config will land a party headshot, taking down Device and Megan, and he'll follow it up, taking down Dupree. That's 3. That's a whole arm of the attack gone, and the follow-up is amazing. A quad. Yeah, just knowing that, because they know what Device is. He's been there all along, so that's amazing. Smoke goes up, and Dupree just trying to buy time. Device, he's making his way into middle, but he can't even just rush it. They don't know if someone's in there waiting for him with a rifle, so he can't just book it there immediately. Dupree has somehow wrapped around them with the Deagle, and he's tapping away and taking down Poison. And here comes Device with an M4 instead. I can't believe that Astralis are back in this in a 2-on-1 now. Oboe alone, he's got 30 seconds, and he's picked up a Galil there. Not really sure that makes a big difference right now. I think that bomb plant is going to be what's really tricky. And he goes straight for it. Dupree almost catching him in the middle of it, but that at least gives him a little bit of space. He gets that headshot immediately. That's very quick. And now does he know? Device pretty much can only be at this angle. He's out in the open, so if he doesn't win this fight immediately, Device will take him down, but Obo will do it! That's a triple kill. A little smile at the end. Complexity, 2-on-2. They have a slight health advantage, but against these weapons for Astralis, it might not matter. Oh, Magus, he had the health for it, but now he's been taken out, and Sip just trying to buy time, flank it around, Blame hunting him down, and he turns for it. Immediate defuse. He's right there with the kid. Oh my god, I can't believe it. 16 and 12. Complexity taking down Astralis 2. Well, we are back once again. This time it's Mad Lions and VP. They're going to be playing on Mirage. Sorry, not Mirage, on Overpass. I'm lying. Right off the bat, Jason. How about you? You got any lies you want to share?
I just want to get out. No, I'll save mine, I think, for an opportune moment down the stretch.
All right. Well, yeah. And you know, try not to say before you do it. It usually doesn't work so well. So, how are you feeling about this game? What's going to happen in this one?
I don't know. After the show that we saw to VP earlier on Train, I'm not super excited about this, to be quite honest with you. I think this might just be Mad Lions just running right over VP. That could be the world in where just... I don't even know if VP will have the chance. They were missing essentially, like 3 players just didn't show up in that Train match to start the day. So hopefully that was like maybe just first map jitters, maybe just first map warm-up. But, I mean, Mad Lions is a team that's rising through the ranks of professional Counter-Strike, and they can and will shut very good teams down. So if VP's not on point, they're in for a very rough map.
Yeah, but was it Kickert and Yakanda that were doing pretty well on Train earlier in the day? But yeah, you're right, the rest were not really there, and Mad Lions have just looked like a really solid team lately. I think individually, but tactically as well. There's so much to look for. They're a fun team to watch. We all love it. So I'd be tempted to agree. This is also a map where... Like, it's such a huge map where you can so easily lose track of what's happening. Like, if you realize you're in the wrong position on Overpass, then, you know, you needed to move like 5 minutes earlier. Because like, you never get to where you need to go, actually, in time. So, it's a bit tricky.
Especially if you don't control that middle of the map, especially if you don't control that danger staircase, there's no way to get between the bomb sites effectively. So, I don't know. Remember what we saw yesterday with Bubsky? He dropped like 30-some kills, and he was just an absolute beast. He was highly aggressive. We have A-Core up on the screen. We know the Oppers on this map can be very impactful, even though he was quiet yesterday because Bubsky took all the credit. I mean, Jame as well this morning. Like, the Oppers for both of these teams haven't really shown anything quite yet in this spring showdown.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I definitely want to see more out of James. This is a map where, I mean, not that Train isn't, but this is a map where he should be able to have something to say when it comes to that AWP. Although, I mean, they're so different styles. They're like polar opposites, aren't they? The way that A-Core plays and the way that James plays.
Yeah, they really are. It's going to be a nice contrast to keep our eyes on throughout all this. Will be really, really funny to watch the passiveness of James go up against Acor's aggressiveness. So that will be certainly fun. I don't know. I have Mad Lions taking this. I think it's going to be relatively quick, easy affair. I don't know if you think differently.
Yeah. I mean, I've got them to win as well, I'm pretty sure, and I imagine it will be something like that. I'd have to see something really convincing. I don't really know what it is. I mean, I think Kickard was the shining light for me for VP earlier on Train, and he seemed to be winning so many fights. I wish they could have just put him in twice the amount of fights. I wish he could have just done more than that, but it's hard. He was doing so much already. So that's kind of almost my wish. Is like, if he's going to continue to play well, then use him. All right, down the slide we go.
Then use him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get to go down the slide on Vertigo, but here we obviously get to enjoy things. There's a slide, there's a playground, there's a party going on in the picnic. I like this map. It's very comforting.
Yeah, balloon. There's an ice cream shop somewhere. It's all feeling pretty good. I agree. Well, starting on the T side, it looks like we'll be Mad Lions and VP on the CT side. So, yeah, once again, we got a long day of Counter-Strike coming up for you guys. Yeah, there's the menu, all in German, which, if you don't read, I guess it's unfortunate.
You can speak a little German?
Yeah, indeed. I took it for like 9 years or something. So the fact that I can only speak a little bit is kind of disappointing, but, you know, what can you do?
9 years put to good use.
Yeah.
I like it. Freeze time coming to an end. We're going to get live into the pistol round here. Mad Lions Virtus.pro, the third match of the second day of the Blast Premier Spring Showdown. Virtus.pro going to start out aggressively on the CT side. 4 players pushing up bathrooms.
Kickard throwing bullets at them, none of them connecting. They have 2 smokes and 3 flashbangs. Again, I mean, if they want to go for that A bomb side, which it feels like, you know, you smoke off the bank, you smoke off the stairs, and then you throw a couple of flashes and go. This is a pretty simple strategy. There's Acor setting up the really, really long smoke, landing all the way back. Let's see exactly where it lands. That's going to be interesting. I haven't seen many grenades thrown from there. It's on the truck, in fact, it seems. And all the way back at the bank. So here we go, pushing in, no delay. They're just going to be rushing it down. Jane gets dropped, but Acor is first to go, and then Kickard next. The defense is here, and they're trying to see if they can maybe hold the site, but it's going to be a bomb plant. Bobsky trying to hold the restrooms, but he can't, and that leaves Roy in a 1 versus 3.
And he has to get aggressive here. He has to take this fight on. Sanji, he's got it. Now he's got some safety. He can take peeks. He can go back and forth, isolate some 1 versus 1s, but the tap of the bomb is going to force him into the open, and Yekindar has it. 2 kills, a double kill for him in the round. That is a nice play from VP. Actually, Mad Lions circumventing that aggressive push altogether, but the flank that it causes is so brutal for that plant. Nice pistol for VP.
Yeah, and they'd even left Bobsky behind for the eventual push from up connector, and if he'd have won that fight, it probably would have been a very different round. But well played on VP's side. That it actually looked like it was not an easy round at all for them to win. So I'm impressed. But look at the buy from Mad Lions, just instantly in it.
Oh dear.
4 Galils. It's the Galils.
Galils, the Galil meta. Yeah, the Galil's out in full force. Here we go. We'll see how they do. I can't remember the last time I've seen like a mass Galil buy in a second round.
No, it's been a hot minute. But they're going to go. They're not going to wait. They're going to go right through, flashing their way in. More grenades coming through. And let's see if anyone from VP can stop this. There's so many rifles coming for them. Now they at least know, but they're getting completely chewed up here. Kickard going down. And it's a 2-on-2. And with that kill from Acor, Adren walking right into it.
Well, they're looking for this last player. They're hoping to find where James is. The bomb is dropped very far back towards the monster tunnel. That smoke is going to force James to relocate, to give time for the bomb to be picked up and planted. That's going to be... Who is that? That's Roy, I believe. They gave up his position. Over towards water. That's a powerful position that he's given up to get this bomb, and James now in position.
He started to get there. Bomb being planted in a slightly unusual spot. And James has still not really seen anyone. He does have some grenades, so if he can get 1 kill, maybe he could isolate the other one and actually go for a defuse here. He snuck all the way through. He's nearly in position. He can almost have the kill, but Roy turning around for a quad kill on him. And Mad Lions bounce right back.
That is a nice hit towards the B-bomb site. All those Galils. VP not working together, not able to set up any crossfires. They go down 1 by 1. And we're all tied. M4 passed over to Acor. Some SMGs picked up for the bonus money. That's going to be on Roy. Or traded right back to Shush. So some musical guns. And now we're all set.
Musical guns. No one hopefully has ever played that game before. Sounds like it could end badly. Got the MP5 in play. Are you warming up to it?
I've always liked it. I enjoy using it for the nostalgia. I'm kind of amazed that it hasn't necessarily, well, not amazed, but it hasn't really caught on. Remember when it was just released, the conversation around it was how powerful it was going to be for pros, and that didn't really pan out in that direction at all.
Yeah, we haven't had the right trailblazers to show us exactly how to do it. Shush not getting that kill. It sounds cool. I think that's you know, a much overlooked feature of that gun.
The audio?
Yeah.
If only that was the defining factor of which weapons you should be using. Another smoke drop down in the choke point. Bomb is going to get planted. Should be a second round for Mad Lions. In fact, I think I even see some of the VP players already backing away. Investment for them with Deagle and armor, and when it doesn't produce results, just save that armor for the next round. Jame keeping $1,000 in the bank to be able to have that AWP out as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, some damage on Roy, but otherwise a pretty easy round coming out here from Mad Lions, which I guess is kind of to be expected, although with the Eagles, long-range map like this, yeah, you could have run into some trouble. They just didn't this time, so we'll have to see next round. It's not going to be a buy round out of VP, so it'll probably be Mad Lions continuing to cruise. Do we know the history of Mad Lions as a team, like what the name is about? I wish I knew. I feel like...
Of the actual organization?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't, actually. I didn't know that there was necessarily a history.
Well, they would have to have come up with the name somehow, right? Maybe we could get someone to research that. We could send someone. Maybe an undercover reporter or something. Wait, or you're going to go undercover and find out.
Yeah, well, not necessarily undercover, but I am indeed gonna find out.
Okay.
Or do my best.
Well, I appreciate it. We've got the Eagles still in play. They were saved from the previous round. We got Sanji with a single flashbang in case it was a B push. Would have been kind of cool to try and stop them, but it's not a B push, in fact, at all. It's the opposite. They're hanging out.
It is the opposite. Yeah, they're just chilling.
Picnic is. There's a loaf of bread on the ground. Don't know if I'd want that, but...
Well, you're doing the whole keto thing, so you can't have that. You can't really have anything that would be at that party. No pizza, no cake, no soda, no bread.
It's true. You know what I just primarily live off these days? It's just eggs and avocado and cheese. Like that's
cheese?
just that's what I eat. And I actually find it to be glorious. I really love it.
Oh, you filthy scumbag. Nice jumping kill from Shush.
Oh, they really smoke it. Not even going to be a fight. At least not for a while here. Mad Lions leaving nothing to chance. They're really being quite thorough in blocking out the sites and using all the utility, making sure that they don't, you know, run into anything silly. Oh, nice headshot, though. Give it to Sanji. That was good.
That was good. Not too shabby. Acor just holding strong. Now, VP, if they can mount enough of a fight here to keep Mad Lions frozen around, that'd be a good kill for Jame to get. Not able to happen. But if they can keep them trapped close to this bomb, that would be huge. But you could see Kickert's already starting to fall away. He's got that full armor, and that's really the last player who is going to try and keep Mad Lions frozen here. It was a long shot to begin with, but Mad Lions will be up 3-1 after this explosion. And we head into round number 5.
Yes, Jame will pick up the AWP, no surprise there. The rest are, I mean, they're gonna have something. They're gonna have some limited grenades, I think. That again could be kind of annoying. I'm not seeing any defuse kits. Ooh, that could be risky. Doesn't have to be, but again, this is a map where you have to travel quite far if you're on the opposite side of the map. So, oh, are they gonna go for the quad boost? And oh, they are indeed all the way up. They're trying to look for it. They really want some sort of boost here, and looks like they're gonna get it. Oh no! Oh, missed chance. That is for all that work. Oh no! I wanted that to work.
He took that shot so fast. He didn't spend any time lining that one up. That was a quick flick over. And speaking of which, Roy is going to put an end to Yekindar. That's a huge factor on the other side of the map. There's no presence now aggressive in bathrooms to have any information. It's just Sanji. And look at the way Mad Lions, this has got to be something they've researched, that they've looked into how VP plays this map, because they are so convinced it was going to be an easy passageway all the way to the bomb site, and they weren't wrong at all.
Yeah, they just went for it right away. I think you're absolutely right. That has to be some research gone into. Going down to Kickert, and now he actually comes through with a double kill, taking down Shush as well. I can't believe it. Mad Lions actually had the bomb site, but was slow to plant, and suddenly it may have turned around on them. Jame and Kickert left, and can they find that second round for VP? Kickert continues, another kill. Nice triple he's working on. And Roy, he's revealed his position. They know where he is, that AK, and he's going to go down. Quad kill instead. Kickert saving VP.
Well, that's nothing new from what we saw earlier today. Kickert was really the only performing player you could really speak of on this team. Yekindar was a close second, but Kickert was the real one having all the impact for VP. Does it again here. And Mad Lions going to be frustrated because they had the right call that whole way, except for this from Kickert. Coming through, finding Bubsky, and then Shush so quick after the plant, and closing out the round in stellar fashion.
Man, that was set up nicely for Mad Lions, but Kickert just coming into full effect, which is kind of glorious in its own rights. If not for that, I don't know. The whole setup for me there looked like it was just a round for Mad Lions to take. Yekindar's playing on his own. Like, he's so much on his own here. Roy push. Oh, he's just really quick to react. Looked like he could have had the chance, but again, there's no flashbang in, no one to revenge the kill, no nothing like that. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, and Jame had a flashbang out towards long. He could have easily thrown it over where Picnic is into this area. Jame now just missed the timing on that peek towards stairs. If he goes for that re-peek, there's way too many bodies. He might not even have a chance to get away. Oh, he lines him up, though. It could have been a double. Now he gets back. Smoke is going to be used to cover his retreat, and he's playing alongside of it. But Mad Lions is just walking up bathrooms. They're going to press the issue. It's Adren to be the next one over, and he could be in trouble. Flashbangs blind the attack, but Adren still doesn't want to make his passage. That's a big risk.
And now Jame is coming back from over at long here, but again, he's going to get smoked off, and if he pushes through, that is such a massive risk. 30 seconds left. Kickert is starting to see if he can rotate in behind, but Mad Lions, they've got every shot again at doing this. The bomb finally being brought to the site, and Jame is on the other side, but this is so risky. Every position right now from VP is just on the edge. If anyone goes down, it should be the end of the round, and there we go. It collapses finally. And actually, Mad Lions, some credit to them, I think, for holding their nerve all the way through and not just rushing the bomb plant.
Yeah, that's just typical Danish Counter-Strike. And VP, you were exactly correct. Those positions, while intimidating, it was pretty weak. There was no real substance to them. They were not actually working together in any way. So as soon as one went down, the other was surely going to fall with no whimper whatsoever. 4-2 in the favor of Mad Lions, and they're really doing a number on the economy of VP. This AK-47 in the hands of Kickert is the only thing that VP have to be happy about. And with I don't even think they can force buy in the next round. I think it's going to have to be a double save.
Yeah, and what a way to start. I mean, again, this at least can be a pretty CT-sided map. If you get off to some sort of a good start and you have a good day on this map, you could rack up a good number of rounds here. But it's, I mean, if they end up double saving, you may almost be right here. Then that's going to be just hard to deal with. 4-2 is already starting to get me worried. And I actually think most teams these days, from what I can tell, much prefer attacking the B bomb side on this map. And part of the reason is that there are so many flashbangs you can throw over to flash the B defense. And Mad Lions have done mostly, just some pokes around the map and then going back to the A bomb side. I still think it's entirely possible that they're going to have a very, very good B hit that's going to be hard to stop from VP.
Bubsky's going to lead the way through Monster at the moment. Molotov is going to force Sanji out in the open. As if he wasn't at a disadvantage already, it's certainly going to be there now. The nade combo as well. So a nade, a Molotov, an AK-47, and an AWP. That seems overkill to find an unarmored USP.
Yeah, he's definitely dead, isn't he? They had everything.
He's dead about 5 different ways.
Oh, looks like, no, they don't even have a flashbang. They have a smoke, which, again, not going to be that interesting to peek behind. And Yakandar is all the way over on the other side in the restroom, sneaking around. But yeah, Bubsky's just waiting for it. If they could have pop flashed their way,
they're waiting for Roy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're waiting for Roy on the other side of the map. They're just hitting pause. Roy's going to investigate the A bomb site. The question becomes, when he sees that this bomb site is clear, do they retreat and fall back to A, or do they just let him flank? And I think the correct decision is just to sit put outside of the B bomb site, have everything under watch, and allow Roy to come back and backstab over towards the balcony. And I think that's got to be the right call. Kickert's watching it, though. Oh, Lord, he could actually change the entire trajectory of this round right here, right now.
Especially with the time that's left. That's the big deal, right? 20 seconds, he saw it coming, but couldn't land the shot. That's a real shame. It actually would have been very cool to see how much panic would there have been on Mad Lion's side if they'd lost the flank and then would have had to run in at, you know, almost sub 12 seconds, I think, at the end there. Not the case, though.
Not the case. 5-2 in the favor of Mad Lions. Virtus.pro is going to start getting worked across this map. Yeah, that's... I enjoyed that, actually. It was overkill, but you know what? Mad Lions obviously has no idea if that's an unarmored USP or if it's Kickert saving the AK-47. So it actually, I mean, as much as we kind of laugh at it, it does make sense.
Yeah, it does. They have picked up an AWP, but again, the grenades, I think it's even worse. There's no armor on Sanji, and again, no defuse kits. So, it's not that I really necessarily, you know, I understand why VP want to buy in this round, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but you could tell how much pressure they're under with that economy, and it's starting to become a really deep issue.
Oh. A real deep issue, and the odds are showing that as well.
Yeah.
As Betway believes the very same thing. It's a very big problem for VP. A-Core with that up, far back. And you can see, Yekandar's pushed twice on his own. He's gotten picked off by Roy twice on his own. And he's decided to not do that again this round. So wise decision, but it is a very passive setup for VP's defense. Already, Jame has been forced deep into the B bomb site. Or A bomb site, excuse me.
Yeah, they're setting them up here. I mean, this is a lot of map control for Mad Lions.
Yeah, this is where you'd really want Jame to be way more aggressive, because now what? He fell all the way back without actually taking any fight anywhere, and now he has an op stuck behind the smokes. Yakandar's gonna back behind the smokes as well as the entrance comes in. Good find from Jame. A boost up onto the bomb site boxes. Sanji now gonna try and spray down the bomb, and it's lined up. He's gonna get it eventually. No one's coming through that smoke on that truck. And now Sanji, he's in trouble. Flashbang is out, but he grabs one more, and the defense works. This passive hold works in spades. It delivers.
Wow, there were like 10 different ways that could have backfired, but Sanji doing so much good work. I think, you know, finding the kill on the bomb planter is huge because that commits more Mad Lions players to have to sort of push up and fight, whereas what they really want is obviously get the bomb down, fall back, and force VP to come in and go for the defuse. But yeah, this kill is actually much bigger than it seems.
Yeah, in all these follow-up fights, you can see this is right after Sanji gets the planter, the smokes are fading. So not only do Mad Lions have to commit more players into the site, the cover is going away as well. All their utility is disappearing and fading away. So perfect timing for Sanji to have that kind of a frag. Mad Lions still lead by 2, but getting chipped away slowly but surely by VP. But again, can they hold on to it? VP have not been able to string any rounds together. It's 3 very isolated victories, and that has been just destroying and decimating their economy, preventing them from building up any kind of cash flow. So Mad Lions have an opportunity here again to steal that away from them. There's no losing bonus built up for VP. They have a 1-round loss bonus. Mad Lions have a 1-round loss bonus.
Yeah, so backs against the wall in every way. They need to go on a bit of a run here and try and see if they can shut down the Danish team. James pushed up pretty aggressively here with the AWP. He's got no one covering behind him, so yeah, he kind of eventually has to escape. And Mad Lions, nothing out of the ordinary here, I would say. They're leaving Bobsky outside of B and then taking the bomb back somewhere else. It's pretty common. And actually, Sanji's moving up a little bit. Could maybe try and go and look for it, but Bobsky's fallen even further back now. It looks like they want to go A again. Jame unable to find a kill as they made their way out long, and he's not going to stick around either.
All right. Roy and Asilia now in bathrooms from long. Acor moving up. And James is here to challenge, or at least support, and he didn't even realize he was going to be exposed to that angle. That is a nasty shot from Acor. He's going to be able to get a double, but what a shot from Yekindar. Sliding out wide. An important trade, an important rebuttal after the pick from Acor.
They want to go for it. Oh no, Kicker jumping just before they push, and that's the defense wiped out, trying to save these rifles. They're not even going to try and do that. I don't know, I think that was a 2-on-4 attempted retake. Definitely not a good idea. I don't know why Kicker was jumping. I don't know why. Surely they must have. This is what Mad Lions have been doing so much, right? They find an engagement, then they just push up next to the restrooms into the A bomb site. So it can't have been a surprise for VP that was going to happen.
Yeah. It seems like they have the game plan that they've crafted is if we get that kill, or if we know they're out towards long, just keep pushing into the bomb site. Yeah, the jump is weird from Kickert. this is the one that's really confusing. I can't believe he actually finds that kill.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it either.
But I think the bigger problem with that jump is that you could tell it brought Yekindar back from long. They were going to have a really nice crossfire setup. Hold the phone, quad boost, no opportunities this time. But Yekindar's exposing himself and putting himself in a really dangerous position to complete that crossfire. And when Kicker jumps like that and isn't prepared for the fight, Yekindar's just kind of left out to dry. So that's got to be frustrating for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe more frustration coming their way as the B bomb site is essentially empty. Roy being run down by a lot of players, but he's got an AK-47, and that'll do all the work that he needed. All of the danger is averted, and the Glock, he'll try and see if he can follow it. Nice quad kill for him. 7-3, man. This is already out of control.
It's getting brutal. It's a nice little spanking. It's a nice show from Roy as well, 15-4. He's not normally the player whose name we call as leading the way for Mad Lions, but this has been a great performance from him. Some important kills as well. He's been able to shut down Yekindar early on. It happened twice, 2 rounds in a row. Yekindar tries to push long, tried to push towards Fountain, and Roy found him both times. And I mean, that's just important because Yekindar, we haven't seen him go back to it from those 2 rounds. Here's that boost again. This time, he's got a chance, and he takes advantage of it. Kickert goes down.
That is the 3rd time they go for that boost, and it finally works. And again, if you're VP, it's just everything you didn't need at that point in time. Kickert as well, one of the top players there on VP, getting picked right out of the sky.
This is a nice setup, though. Great jump. What a beautiful bait. And now this, again, you just mentioned it. After that first engagement, it's just everyone pushed forward. Nobody stopped. Nobody slowed down. And there's only one player that's rotated over to help out. That's Yekindar. That's the Rook. He's all on his own. Bubsky's got the flank. And again, VP just crumbles.
Wow, Jason, it's gone from a light spanking into something much more serious at this point.
Much more fun.
Potentially. You have to ask VP about that later on. I'm not sure they're enjoying it really on any level. 8-3. What a scenario. Yeah, they've really perfected this. Danish acrobats.
Yeah, they got up there quick, didn't they? And yeesh. Yeah, Kickert's, that kind of sucks if you're Kickert. That's an awful way to get taken out of a round.
Do you think there's a moment, Jason, when he's jumping off and he sees like the sun reflection of the scope in the distance, like in that movie Sniper, and he's like, oh dear.
Yeah. Or in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Little gun flash, the barrel flash, and he's like, oh Jesus. Yeah, that's very possible. I guess if you were the player jumping down, wouldn't you just check that? You'd scan that spot just to see if you're close to death?
Maybe, yeah. You probably would. Be like, am I already dead? Yeah, I am. Great.
What's that movie like Enemy at the Gates when they're fighting for who jumps first?
Yeah, that one too is a bit of a classic. Some good ones out there.
Jude Law's finest moment. All right, back to Counter-Strike. Big lead for Mad Lions. Shush in the danger hole.
Again, operating this.
He's gonna go through all. Yep.
Yeah, he's on his own with but he's got the weapon advantage. So I was gonna say, sometimes it can be a bit scary being on your own in here, but I just don't think they care anymore, Mad Lions.
Yeah, LA3, you're probably feeling very confident, and you probably know this is an eco round as well. I mean, just hitting tab, you can see you've just been decimating this economy. Finally, VP is able to have the full losing bonus in their favor, but that's not necessarily a good thing to be discussing. And even if they go on a decent streak here at the end, Mad Lions, just this feels like it's so far out of reach for VP. Remember, this is a half. They're down 3-8, where they won the pistol. That shouldn't be happening.
No, it should not. Well, they did have that Galil return. That was pretty powerful. Roy again handling himself pretty nicely. He knew they were coming for him. He's low on health, so maybe some backup could be called in. No point in giving over an AK-47 or anything in case Jakandar could make his way out with it, but I don't know. Shush could probably... He's low on health as well. Maybe no one will join them. Just leave them alone.
9-3 will be the scoreline. This is a good opportunity because I didn't realize it earlier today, Anders, when we were talking about it, but we actually will not be casting the Dignitas game, the Dignitas Mad Lions game. So I would like to hear your logic of the prediction. You picked Dignitas to beat Mad Lions.
Well, number one, I realized that everyone else is going to pick Mad Lions, so I had a chance to, to gain some points in the overall standing. Obviously, a chance to lose more points as well, so there's always that.
Yeah.
But I was trying to look at it positively. Then I also thought to myself, you know what? Like I've just really been enjoying this Dig project. I'll be honest. I thought when they announced the whole thing, I thought this is just going to be some kind of a meme team. You know, this is not actually going to be.
Yeah.
It's not going to be anything really serious. And I've really changed.
It's like the boy band of Counter-Strike.
It is
They're just
like
going
that
in for the tour.
Yeah. But in a very similar fashion, like I think the Backstreet Boys are still touring, and that makes me super excited. So in a very similar fashion, actually,
Wait. The Backstreet Boys touring makes you very excited.
Of course, they had some amazing hits, Jason. Can't believe this is news to you. So essentially, I was thinking, like, this is gonna be their time. Like, if it's a real project, they're building it well, they're doing well, and also, Vendetta told me they're gonna win. So I thought, you know what? I'm in.
Yeah, that quick, huh?
Yeah, he sold it to me. But basically, mostly.
I can't believe it.
Mostly it was the memory of Backstreet Boys that made me think, you know what?
Yeah.
If they can do it, so can Dig. Yeah, exactly.
So can Dig. All right, well, that was more logic than I expected to come out of that question, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, and there was hardly any.
Cillian. It's going to come out of the door, setting up smokes. Oh, right through the smoke is Bubsky. And Kickert's been having a rough time these past couple rounds. James is going to have to do something with his op. We've been wanting to say his name for some time. It's not going to happen here. We have to wait a little bit longer. Anders, I have a question for you.
Go on.
I don't know if you feel the same way. Maybe this isn't really a question. Every time I watch this VP lineup play, I spend like 5 minutes after the game ended, and I just like kind of walk into the other room and get a drink of water, and I just wonder to myself, how did these guys make the final of a major?
Yeah, that's a good question. I still don't know. Actually.
I don't know if anyone in the world has the answer.
It's not even just that. It's the fact that when I think about the way that, let's say, EG and Liquid and stuff were it's the teams that were there that really just don't even really understand. But they did, so I don't know. But it actually serves as like a really weird contrast when you're watching them not win, because you're like, wow, if at least the fact that they won the major makes you think, come on, we could do it. Like, they must be more out there. Oh, this could be good though, just to get back into it. As Cillian does go down, there's a little bit of a force out there, and the bomb is dropped. So I don't think at all Mad Lions were aware that there were so many people out by that part of the map.
No, I think this round is Mad Lions, who's been on autopilot. They've been stomping VP so hard. They've won, 5 in a row? They've won 7 of the last 8. They've been so dominant that I think they're just kind of going through the motions, and this round, at the very least, caught them off guard. So it's a nice change-up for VP. It's not an aggressive call on this defense. It can still be lost, so they have to be cautious in that sense, but I also feel like it's too little too late. And this flank from Bubsky, oh, that timing.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even sure he would have spotted it. I couldn't tell with the X-ray, but
It was close, I
Regardless,
think.
Bobski coming up long, and his teammate is just waiting for his impact in the round.
He didn't actually see him. I think at Ren, yeah, he's going to have the better angle on him there. That's a shame. That would have been a bit of an opening. Well, I guess it's not a shame for VP, though. They're struggling to get any rounds on the board right now. So this could be it. I think maybe Mad Lions underestimating just how many people were going to be there, and they end up winning a 4th round VP. That's very, very late in the day, but I guess I'll take it.
Very late in the day. Yes. See if they can add one more onto it. A 5 to 10 half would be the best they can get. Good aggression from VP. It's just taken so long to be put into play. Final round of this first half coming up. 19 kills for Roy. He's 19 and 5. That's not too shabby at all.
Having a good game. He has some of those every once in a while. He's just taken over, which is kind of cool. More standard type setup, I would say, for Mad Lions. Nothing, you know, completely crazy. Although Adren is in a strange position right now. He can either try and sort of, you know, backstab them, or he could try and fall even further back down the connector and see if he could do something. He's going to go for a bit of a fight, and Jame also taking down Bubsky. Cillian could maybe refrag this if he's quick about it, but Yakandar going to come in and shoot him in the back, and that just all lined up perfectly timing-wise for VP.
Well, Kickert waiting for Monster. They're going to come right through this smoke. It's going to fade. Akor's looking here, but the footsteps from Sanji might pull his attention away. Good spray down from Kickert. VP get to 5. I don't think it's going to be enough, but at least they have that. At least they have some kind of an opportunity, and we'll see if they can do it. We'll see if they can mount an incredible comeback in the second half. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back after the break.
I want to talk a little bit to the esports world, but especially to you CSGO pros, about the Mamba mentality. I'm sick and tired of some of the things, some of the talking points that are coming out of these pro players. Like people saying, oh, well, I won a major, so what is there left for me to accomplish? Think it through. 2 majors, 3 majors. How about being the best you can be? If you could win 5 majors, if you could set the record, go ahead and go for that. That's what the Mamba mentality is about. It's about pursuing greatness. It's about building a legacy for yourself. It's about actually trying to be the best you can be, whatever level you're on. How about you actually try and develop your game, master your craft, leave a legacy? One day that money will be spent, and all that will remain is your legacy and what you actually did and how you lived your life. How about competing to take what's yours for yours, so that you can get that money, you can secure that career, they have something to look forward to in their lives. I die for people, oh man. Will you live for yours? That's what I want to say. Mamba mentality, carpe diem.
10-5 in the first half here between Mad Lions and VP. The Danes come out quite a bit ahead on Overpass. Second half coming up, I mean, they saved it a little bit there, VP. And do you think it's going to be enough, Jason?
No, not at all. Especially when you consider that's supposed to be the difficult half that Mad Lions just racked up double-digit rounds on. T-side is supposed to be difficult, but it didn't look like that whatsoever for Mad Lions. And if it wasn't for them maybe losing some focus and taking their foot off the gas, I think they would have even had, 12, 13 rounds. Or I should say 11 or 12 rounds in that first half. So 10-5 in the favor of Mad Lions, and VP sees no aggression towards the A side of the map. They're going to rotate back, but Mad Lions have complete control of the danger stairs, complete control of the underpass, and they'll have a quick flank into waters, into short sewers, and they'll be able to flank this B bomb site very aggressively.
Well, let's see what Asilian could do first, because he's got no grenades to slow them down. He almost just has to get kills or fall back like he is. So it's going to be a full-on retake here. Any kill they can get, Mad Lions, before the bomb is down is huge. But so far, that is not looking likely. They're going to be there quickly with a lot of people coming in for the L-pen. The bomb gets planted, and Bubsky still thinking someone is inside of the smoke, wasting the whole clip in there. Yekindar getting a kill, kicking with another one, and this is looking so good right now. Great boost for VP, and they are well in control of this round.
Oh, this is not good for Mad Lions. They're going to go down. They're going to lose everything. Triple kill for Yekindar in the pistol, 10-6. And VP with a pretty standard hit towards that B bomb sites. Mad Lion could never really recover back from their stack and stairwell. That's a bit brutal for the Mad Lions. So they're going to have to do it the hard way now. They're going to have to grind out six gun rounds. Although, to be fair, VP did win the pistol in the first half and then lost the ensuing second round. So for Mad Lions, they're looking to do the same exact thing. Another force buy in this round. Scout on Bubsky, Deagle pick up on everyone else, and Acor saving money for the AWP.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're dreaming of right now, isn't it? Just getting a couple of Deagle shots and maybe some damage with the Scout. Pretty deep grenade will actually do a little bit to Jame. It all adds up towards the end, and no one can catch him as he falls back. Otherwise, it's the three-man stack over at the B-bomb side. That's probably the most lethal at the moment. I think even with Asilian up there with a flashbang in hand, he's just all the way up at the sniper spot holding it. So if anyone were to come through the tunnel and they knew, then that'd work out pretty well, I think.
It's all about the early spot from Bubsky out towards long. If VP actually turned that corner. Bubsky's jumping up over the boxes, just looking for information. Here it comes. Gonna jump over the APC. I don't know if he spotted that quite yet.
I don't think so.
Looking for something. I don't think so either. And the longer it takes for him to peek out towards long, oh, he's done now. He's in way out of position. They're about to turn that corner, and that Scout isn't gonna stop anything. Unless it's just pure headshots. Bubsky is in real trouble. Asilian pushes through to provide a boost, but it's not coming.
Yeah, it's kind of, I guess it's a little bit deflating, but so much of that was just as you said. Did he see them out long or not? And he didn't.
It's actually kind of fine for Mad Lions. As you can see, they're just going to back away. So, I mean, no point in sticking around. Now, they can either use this... I mean, I would imagine they're just going to go for this very same buy again. But saving these weapons means they can try another stack again in the next round. They can try something different instead of having to go for a full save and wait for the money to get rifles. So Mad Lions is just going to have a redo in the next round and no big deal.
Yeah, falling away and actually being allowed to save everything. I mean, if you're going to make that call, then do it that early so that you actually do get everyone out. So, no kills happening, but just the bomb plant. And 7-10 now. I mean, it's from a score point of view starting to look a little bit more healthy for VP. But as you pointed out, I mean, again, 10 rounds on T side of Overpass can't really be underestimated. Still pretty good.
Still pretty good. We'll see again what Mad Lions... looks like they're going to go for the same exact thing. Redo.
Oh, and yeah, Asilian still holding the flashbang. They're coming through the tunnel. Let's see. Are they going to have it in time? There's the early grenade landing on top of them. The flash is in. Is anyone going to be able to peek? No, it's a bit late. So VP get onto the side. Look at Sanji. He's cruising and flanking behind with a MAC-10. He still goes down. Nice enough kill there. And now at least they managed to slow them down. It's a 4-on-4 with Bubsky actually walking into the site, already scoped up, and they're solo on health VP. This could have been a huge disaster. The bomb is on the bomb site, and they're getting slaughtered. Roy with 2 big kills of the Deagle, and Jamin Kickard. How do they make it out? Shush gets another one, and this is falling apart. They rush the B bomb site into the whole stack. Wow.
Well, that's why you choose to save instead of some kind of desperate attempt in the previous round. What a good sequence for Mad Lions. What a good call in the second round, and they're rewarded here with a Deagle win. 2 kills from Roy to shut this down. Also, remember, the flank from Bubsky as he just popped up to Sandbags. That's a rush entirely through Monster. Virtus.pro didn't have a single player coming Sandbags. And Sanji, he pushes through. He's the first player in for VP, the only one to not get blind. He just had no production. He got nothing done with the MAC-10.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, if he could have got a kill or even just stayed alive after getting one, that would have been pretty huge there. They do have rifles on the VP side, but Mad Lions are going to be feeling really fired up after winning that round. And they have, I mean, again, it's just amazing, right? They had the same strategy in the previous round and no one bought it, so they just go back and try it again. All right.
Ooh, good shot from Kickard. That's through the smoke. Not too shabby whatsoever. Nice little angle that he's found. Everyone from VP is pretty much positioned towards the B bomb site. Sanji looking for pushes in the danger stairs. Adren looking for pushes out towards Fountain and Playground. But they're eventually all just going to fall back and convene at this B site. Now, the problem for the Mad Lions defense is that Acor and Roy are occupied over at A to push Roy up long. He's going to get a lot of information, but Acor has to rotate right now to the B bomb site.
Yeah, he does need to get here, and seems like he's found himself in the right position. Probably going to get smoked off up there. Bubsky trying to jump to get some information and maybe bait them out a little bit. The Molotov, they're going to push through. Adren gets a kill, but the rest are stuck behind. That's the bomb leading the charge on its own, and it gets segmented. Now the smoke is up, and Bubsky lining it up with the AK. And it's going to be the full spray down. A wonderful triple kill for him. And now Yekindar and James, 2 versus 3. What could they even do here? This was just such great grenade usage coming out from Mad Lions. Yekindar wants to see if he could find that kill and at least make it a one-on-one. And he had a chance, but not enough. Man, that was great grenade work.
The utility from Mad Lions, but also Bubsky. He finds that 1 kill, the bomb is down, puts his own smoke down, and repositions on the other side of the monster tunnel where they'd already dispatched of his teammate. So they didn't expect him to be there whatsoever. Great impact from Bubsky on defense. 22-7 for Roy, 12-10 for Bubsky, 13-10 for Shush.
5-round difference, but the odds is 8. Wow, that's rough indeed. Maybe not completely unjustified if you look at the fact that they're out of money. VP and Mad Lions have been looking really, really solid here, but still, it is just a 5-round gap. It would have to be like a whole bunch of things that to really work out. I mean, they could maybe wipe out the economy of Mad Lions. That would win them probably a couple of rounds in a row here if that were to happen. So you know, they could bounce from like 7 to 9 in a pretty quick fashion. But even then, like they got to string so much more together.
Ooh, missed shot from Acor. Maybe an opportunity to push up close to the site, but he's not going to miss it twice. 1 player to his left, creeping up. That's going to be James. Man, this is 2 maps now. I feel like we haven't had to say James' name a whole lot. James, Jesus.
Yeah, you are not wrong, and it is becoming like a little bit of an issue because the matches we see out of him where we have to say his name a lot are, I mean, he has such a huge impact, right? So when he goes missing, you're like, well, now what?
It's very noticeable, yeah. It's very, very noticeable. 13-7. VP haven't shown us a whole lot yet on this T side of Overpass. I think losing control after the pistol round, losing that 3rd round is really just them stubbing their toe. I think they really needed the power of having that early start of 3 to 4 rounds after the pistol, the early economic control at the very least. All of that has been ripped away from them.
Yeah, and I mean, it shows as well. No AWP. They're gonna have some limited grenades here, VP, to try and follow through. But I think even worse, I don't know, because you notice how Mad Lions had that, you know, they found what they at least interpreted as a weakness, which was being quick on that A bomb site. I'm not sure what VP have discovered yet on this T side that makes me think, yeah, they could go back and you know, do that again or exploit that same weakness. Like, I'm not seeing that at the moment. And they don't really have the luxury of spending many more rounds finding that either. Like, it has to be soon. Well, 6-round gap. This is probably one of the last chances they will actually have. Some grenades doing a little bit of damage, but not too much.
Yeah, if they lose this round, there's no more saving, right? There's no more, oh, let's make sure we can have enough money for the next buy. If they lose this one, it's just we have to start putting rounds on the board. It's just a desperate scenario. Yekindar and Adren out towards Fountain. No one peeking towards long just yet. Jame not with his AWP, just sitting far back at the moment. And Roy is very advanced, so he at least knows nobody is coming long A. Asilian is going to come join up with him. VP have yet to apply pressure to this A bomb site. They have yet to try and push up through bathrooms to actually attack in a gun round.
Well, they're going to try and see if they can clear out sewers here. A little bit of a chance for A-Core. He's got the right idea, and they walk right into it. Huge off angle there, and it's, I mean, Sanji's just not thinking anyone's going to show up, but they did make a lot of noise getting there, so at the same time, it wasn't that hard for A-Core to maybe guess. He was almost getting flashed into a fight, but he just wanted to wait a second while Asilian picks up 2 kills on the other side, and that, I mean, that's the round, isn't it?
Yeah, what can you say about that one? 30 seconds left. And I think, I mean, this is perfect from Mad Lions. I think they're starting to realize VP's playing these rounds so very slow. Good shot from Jame. Kickert's going to turn the corner. Off angle from Shush. He's burning down to 11. Jame is in the sight. Shush is going to transfer over, and he finds it with ease. 14-7.
Yeah, and he'll save the AWP as well. So, yeah, I mean, now, I don't know. I think I can't even really think of any way to spin this into something that's likely. The money is looking good for Mad Lions. VP just buying whatever they can in this round. 1 single Tech 9, 5 Tech 9s to the B-bomb side. Let's go. It's not quite going to be 5. 3 of them, and they're not even going to the B-bomb side. I'm disappointed.
so many things that are disappointing to you.
Yeah.
Well, Jame is at least he's made it past the Molotov, taking a bit of damage for his trouble. The nade finds Yekindar, so 2 different styles of getting past that Molotov. One ran through, one waited, and they both have the same HP after the fact. So I don't know what conclusions you can draw from that. I just thought it was interesting.
We're gonna need a larger sample size, Jason, if we want to do some real science on it. So
let's do some science. Well, we're starting to see some of the struggles of Virtus.pro coming out. That is a flashbang that wasn't even close. That was way off.
It could have, in fact, never worked when you throw it into the wall like that.
Oh, dear. 2 players at the A site, Asilian and Roy. Roy's had the hot hand, so a chance for him to claw up. He's going to try and drop 30 of his own. Match Bubsky from yesterday.
Yeah, he's got the right setup here. Smoke, so most of the target's going to be a bit further away. Only really Jame, I think, could interrupt him here. Running in with the Tech 9. Oh, nice spin. Adren, that looked really interesting. Asilian now hiding at the edge, and he'll get a free kill there on Jame. They realize where he is, and they might want to try and see if they can take him away before anyone else shows up. But another great flashbang. Now the pistols come out, and he swings for it, Asilian. That's a brilliant kill. Now it's a 3-on-3 as Kickert gets a kill, but they're still getting picked apart of the bomb. Still has plenty of time left here for Mad Lions to retake it.
Oh, but they've got all the utility planned out. Molotov in towards bathrooms. They're going to start pushing up. They'll clear the corner. Sanji's there as well. A great round from Asilian. A triple kill for him. He gets them off the back of a couple supportive flashbangs from his teammates rotating over. So great communication, great coordination. And Mad Lions have 8 rounds to close this out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a moment there where it could have worked out. I think if they could have got Asilian when he was right here, like if they could have revenged this kill, it would have been more interesting, but that wasn't happening. So, huge lead. Mad Lions looking confident on overpass at the moment. Well, we've got Jame back with an AWP at least, so maybe one last chance.
One last chance. The last dance, they call it. Roy gonna hold off.
Not gonna lie, it hasn't been much dancing out of James.
Yeah.
It's been standing still a lot.
It's okay, so it's like high school prom dance.
Yeah. Roy, though.
He's given the young guys some lessons there. It's taking him to school. He's saying, Yekindar, I saw you try and push mid a couple times in the previous half. I shut you down a couple times, so this is how you're supposed to do it. And he gets a double kill.
He is so far behind them. I mean, the chances that they see this coming, I guess if they sneak into B, it would be funny, because then they just sort of like, you know, circumvent him and end up actually going to an empty site. But if he keeps going this way, if they go back now, they should pretty much lose the map right here. Bubsky turning the corner. They're not aware of it. Oh, no. He could have probably had that kill anyway, but they're still in trouble. I mean, this still is not easy for them. 40 seconds. They're starting to see if they can make their way out. Asilian right around the corner, and there's the kill on James. Shush inside of the bomb site. He knows they're coming. Sanji turning it. Bomb is on the ground, and now it's kick it in a 1 versus 3. He's going to get a good headshot there, but I still don't see this working out.
Oh, he's going to book it. I love this play. Make it to the A-bomb site. Turn the corner. That's what I'm talking about. This is going to be sweet. Kickert has a real chance. Oh, he's coming back. He's going to double back. Asilian's ready. Kickert goes down. Virtus.pro goes down. 2 big losses for them today. 16-7. Mad Lions take the victory, and they're already looking ahead to their game against Dig later on this evening.
Yeah, that's going to be a fiery game. I kind of look forward to that one. This was just another power performance from Mad Lions. They must be converting more and more people onto their side. Certainly an exciting team to watch. I'm sure the analysts will have lots to talk about when we get to them. That's coming up after the break, so stay tuned.
Please knife him.
Hey, how's it going, everybody at home?
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
For those of you guys who are tuning in, I want to give you a gist as to what this is. It's an interview about games inside a game.
I've got 2 more victims this week, and I can't wait to introduce them to you.
Yeah, he called me a noob. He called me a noob in 2017-16. Maybe it was just a joke, and then after that, I liked him again.
Jonas Gunderson is joining me today on the Hot Seat, the show where I'm going to ask very tough questions about NIP.
I'm a bit frightened.